Yo, what the heck is going on, Kind of Funny best friends? It's your guy, Snowbike Mike, back again with another Kind of Funny Games afternoon stream. And today, it's a special one, y'all. Today, we are celebrating. And when I like to celebrate, I like to be with the one, the only, Forbes 30 under 30, the future class of video games, the baddest dude here at Kind of Funny, and also the best looking and the best dressed. My dude, Blessing out of Yo-Yo Jr. Blessing, how are you today?
Mike, I got a bone to pick with you. I'm doing good today, but my day was almost ruined when I jumped into your Nobody Saves the World game and I took a look at your characters.
Yes,
and I saw that your slug has an F rank. You have not touched the slug, and the slug might be the best form in this game. We'll get into that later as I use the slug. But Mike, I'm doing good. I'm happy because we're in good company right now. We're going to talk to the developers of Drinkbox, the developers of Nobody Saves the World, and I can't wait to get into conversation.
Oh my God, Blast, you freaking attacked me in this public space and I love it. You put me on blast and you're so right. Today we have a really awesome, Kind of Funny stream. Of course, for the first hour here, we're gonna be hanging out with the developers from Drinkbox Studios, our good friends, Augusto and Ian, welcoming on to the stream to talk all things Nobody Saves the World. Their big release just dropped and you can go out there and play it. And they're also celebrating another cool one because it's the most successful Steam launch ever for the studio, which is very, very cool, guys. So congratulations to that. Let's go around. We'll welcome in everybody. Augusto, welcome in. Tell us what you do at Drinkbox, who you are, and how you're doing today.
Hello. My name is Augusto. I am the concept lead. So I do a lot of the concept art supervision, a lot of the animation supervision, and the narrative work as well, and a mix of everything like everyone else in the studio. Very excited to be here.
Awesome. Congratulations on the title. And man, we get to ask you a lot of cool questions then. That's going to be great. On the flip side, we have Ian. Ian, what is going on a Thursday? How are you? And what cool stuff do you do at Drinkbox?
Hey, doing great. Thank you for having me and us here. I'm Ian. I'm the lead designer at the studio. So, lots of meetings, lots of making content, like from, implementing dialogue or story scenes to making levels or enemies. Just lots of content creation.
Awesome, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you both for being here. It's going to be a really fun afternoon spent with you guys. Of course, chat, Kind of Funny best friends. If you have questions for these two, please get them in the chat throughout the stream. Me and Blessing are going to be playing. I'll be facilitating questions with these two from you in the chat, and of course, from myself and Blessing and Kevin here on the stream, if we have any. But don't forget, this is another Kind of Funny Games afternoon stream. Each and every weekday after Kind of Funny Games Daily, we come to you, play video games, and hang out with this incredible community here on Twitch. And you can support us in a multitude of ways, whether you're watching on VOD over on youtube.com/kindoffunnyplays, if you're checking out any of the podcasts or awesome game services and this fun hangout podcast that we do. Thank you all so much. And if you're here on Twitch, please remember to smash that follow button. Also ring that notification bell. And if you'd like, you can get ad-free viewing, get awesome sub emotes and sub badges at the tier 1 through 3 level or with Prime Gaming. Remember, if you, your mama, your daddy, your auntie, your uncle, your dog walker, your best friend, or your favorite game developer has Amazon Prime, you got Prime Gaming. You can link that account with your Twitch account, make Prime Gaming. You get one free sub each and every 30 days. And your support means the world to us here at Kind of Funny. So thank you all so much for tuning in and supporting, no matter how you support. We appreciate you. So guys, we're going to be playing the game. I thought we'd jump in to this dungeon right now. That will give me and Blessing a chance to show off. Of course, yes, everybody, there's co-op in the game. You can play this with a friend. It's very cool. Cross-play amongst the Xbox ecosystem, but we'll talk all about that. I want to jump right into it with you two. Just initial reactions. The game is finally out. How are you two feeling this week right now? Of course, you get to share the game with everybody around the globe. How's everybody feeling right now from the Drinkbox team?
Yeah, pretty pumped. Like you said, it's been like 3 years or something. We're just working on this thing that you just want to share with the world, and now we finally are, and the response is like very positive. It's like you said, the best Steam launch for the company's history. So yeah, it's really fantastic.
Yeah, it's a bit overwhelming, but in a really good way. A lot of great attention, a lot of kind messages. Yeah, we're thrilled.
Heck yeah. I mean, what a great way to start off a brand new year, right? Releasing your game right here at the beginning of January, ready to kick off and bring the gamers what they want, which is a fun stylish Drinkbox game, and I guess that's where we should start. Is the style's back. Yeah, I wrote in my little tweet, it feels like a crazy Saturday morning cartoon or a Cartoon Network fever dream. You guys always bring the style. What was it like creating
God,
these
Mike,
new?
are you dead?
I already
Oh,
died.
no.
I died.
Oh, God,
I was in it. I
God.
was in it. I was in it deep. You know what I mean? What was it like designing these enemy types? You know, we're coming off of Guacamelee 2 and all the other games from the studios, but like, what was it like creating this kind of fantasy-esque character designs?
Oh, that was a lot of fun. Cause yeah, the enemy design is like very different. But like Mao Castaño, animator, he did such a great job in bringing like a creepy vibe to these monsters and very imaginative. Just like that was the funnest part of working on the concepts. Just trying to push it to be like maybe more grotesque, but at the same time like funny,
Yep.
weird. Yeah. So yeah, that Saturday morning cartoon, that's in our minds for sure.
I like the word grotesque right there. I like that. Grotesque but still fun is a good way to say some of these enemies for sure.
Yeah, I love the art style because you could tell that you guys have had quite a few games to kind of level this up and like continue to add on top of it. Because you guys have worked with this similar kind of art style since the Guacamelee games and even going into Severed. I know Severed, like each of these games have a different style to them, but I think the core Drinkbox style is still there. What is it like, I guess, translating this art style to a new genre? Because this is way different from Guacamelee and Severed, right? It's a top-down action RPG with like a little bit of roguelite thrown in there. I know it's like not completely a roguelite, but you got the procedural generation and the dungeons and all that stuff. Where did the idea for this come from in terms of we want to make this kind of game?
The game itself, I mean, it came from, well, sorry, let me start that again. When we finished Guacamelee 2, we just got like literally everyone got to just sit around and like pitch their ideas and come up with just game ideas. Yeah, and we literally like all sat in a big circle and like riffed on each other's ideas. And I think, yeah, it was Chris Harvey, one of the founders of the studio. This was his idea. And we all voted on each idea independently and shared what like we liked and didn't like. And I think this one kind of like won the voting of like an RPG with like Final Fantasy Tactics-esque number of forms, and you can like be switching between them and customizing them.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. That's really, really fun. And yeah, I was gonna ask the same question, like, how did we land on this top-down hack and slash dungeon crawler? And that's cool that you all came together like that. How many years have we been working on this game? I guess is another great question that everybody would want to know from the indie side. What is that like as developers like yourselves?
I think it was about 3 years. I think it was like the first year pre-COVID. Next to at home. It's a long time. It's a long time to put into a game.
It's our longest. Yeah. It's our longest cycle for sure, and it's our longest game too. Yeah, but yeah, it was a lot of exploration at the beginning, a lot of new challenges. Because like Gus was saying, it was the first time we did like a top-down game. So like our engine's different. We wanted to explore a different art style. We wanted to explore different things. The game's very different from a Metroidvania. So yeah, a lot of trial and errors at the beginning, that first year.
Mike, I'm gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna pause.
Yeah, pause it up.
I'm having trouble with my my quests. I'm trying to figure out what I'm missing.
Get your quests up. So I see already in the chat, and somebody brought it up, and I'm very anxious to talk about it. We are playing co-op, so let's talk about the co-op right now. Somebody said, is there any plans for the co-op, that second person, to be able to bring in their characters, their forms into the game? So Ian, you and I were talking about it before. Let's talk about co-op. Let's just talk about the idea of bringing co-op into the game where it first started, and then how you all developed what co-op would look like from a top-down perspective, and of course, how that second person would bring in their forms or not bring in their forms as we see right now. Can you tell me and everybody a little bit more about the co-op side of things?
Totally. Can I take just 1 second before we do that?
Yeah, tell me anything.
Because I see Bless is like a little confused about like the quests aren't going quite the way you planned. You have entered the like one dungeon in the game that is like the anti-slug dungeon, where like you can't apply status effects to the bad guys. That's like the restriction.
Oh, that makes okay. Thank you for that, because I was like, what am I doing wrong here? What is that makes so much sense. Thank you for pointing that out.
That's so funny.
Actually,
That's so
in that
funny.
Case, I'm gonna switch up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 'cause before-
because Bless was talking all this
Yeah,
smack.
all
Kevin,
the
about
smack.
slug.
I know. It's so you guys just happen to pick the one.
The one that
They have their
I was
own
like, why is
slugs.
this? I was like, dude, I'm gonna show you how great the slug is. I'm gonna level up your slug. You're gonna finally see. And then yeah, I get to the one dungeon where I can't do that. Oh man, that's funny.
He's bumping it. This is the best character ever, Mike. You're missing out on it. And then we just embarrass him, Kevin. We got him. We got him back, Kevin.
Okay, but so the co-op is, if I remember, the question was like, is there gonna be plans to bring in your progress into your friend's game? I don't think the answer is yes. Not because we don't want to. We spent so long talking about, like, can we do it? Because when we decided we wanted to do co-op, the place we started at was, of course, like, yeah, you bring in your progress, like, everyone's making concurrent progress, and once you're done the game, you split off back to your own game, and you got all that progress with you, like, that's what we, like, the dream version, but the reality was the quest system of leveling up, if I recall, it's been a while, that like brought so many complications. Like, as Augusto said earlier, like, what if I've got my slug at B and you've got your slug at F, and I've already done certain quests and you haven't? How is the game supposed to like reconcile that? Am I gonna like level up twice? Like, you know, am I gonna level my B slug up to D when you bring yours up? Or even like weirder, like, cause there's a lot of quests that have to do with like the overworld, and they like gate progression. So what if I have, you know, the Mages Guild unlocked and you don't, and I'm like completing Mages Guild quests when you're not even eligible for them? You know, it's gonna cause this like gigantic spaghetti garbage version of the game to result. So, you know, in the time we had available, there really didn't seem like a way to solve that, unfortunately.
Mike, I'm just gonna live right now. I'm just gonna
Live
stay
for
alive.
me, Bless. Live for me. Live for me, Bless. We're in the thick of things, Bless.
We're in the thick of it.
We're in the thick of things
Yeah.
right now. Is
But
right.
I think that makes a lot of sense though, because as Mike hit me up to join his game, I had that moment where I'm like, okay, how's this gonna work? Oh, we got a character right here. I don't think I ran into a character in any of these dungeons. Actually, that's not true.
That's not true. Yeah, usually I think
Yeah.
you've ran a couple of them. Is right.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff on this lady.
Yeah,
Character.
those look like organs.
Yeah, those are hearts.
Yeah, those-
Grotesque but fun. Grotesque but fun.
I thought
Exactly.
she was grandma-esque, but now I'm realizing it could be a boy. No way to know.
Oh shit! So this is like
Oh.
a side quest situation. Okay.
Love that.
Yes.
Oh, my god.
Oh.
Oh my
Come on,
god.
Kevin. And
Uh,
suck into the abyss.
But yeah, like as Mike hit me up, I was having those questions of how's this gonna work. You know, I'm level 27 in my game. Mike is 34 in his game. I'm on PC and all these things. And
Oh,
when
so it pulled you up.
yeah, so when I hopped into his game, it actually, so I'm completely working off of Mike's Mike's data, right? And so I'm in his game and I'm leveling up his characters for him,
So cool.
which I think is a cleaner way to do it, just because it allows us to be like, cool, if I wanted to play through the whole game with somebody, it doesn't become the difficult thing of like, all right, we always got to hit each other up. We got to make sure that we're in the same place. It's like, no, I'm just playing in your game, and we can just go through it together. And everything I do contributes towards Mike's progression.
And you can still like unlock achievements and stuff. That's not blocked
Yep.
from you as the clients. So there's plenty you can do.
Oh, this is tough, Bless.
Oh, yeah, that's real tough.
Protect yourself, horseman.
Oh
You
man.
gotta focus on.
No!
Very close.
Now, hold on. I got to get back in that screen because it looks
Yeah,
like...
get in there because we got a lot to talk about. That's great. Get up in there. Dive
Yeah,
in.
I see. You don't have anything equipped to the horse, Mike. Unless
Well,
that's
no,
me.
so I think you get to equip all of them. You make them your own unique form.
Okay.
So actually, my horse has things equipped, but your horse doesn't. But
Gotcha.
it's still all of my move sets and stuff, which is cool too. And you even have your own wheel as well, I believe. Of course, Ian and Augusto, you can correct me, but I believe he has his own wheel, so he can set up all of his own forms and scroll through it as he plays, along with, like, of course, which are my characters, right?
Yep, absolutely right.
Nice.
And popping the wheel open, you know, it's not going to pause the game for you, so you can still.
Yep.
Yeah. Seamless.
Love that. So that's some great multiplayer stuff right there, and yeah, that's really fun. We're gonna balance a lot here. I want to talk about character design and the forms because Nano has a great question. Nano, I promise you know I'll ask that question as the host of the KindaFunny Xcast. You know I gotta ask these guys about it, but let's ask about the forms and the character design and what went into. Hey, let's make a bodybuilder. Let's make a horse as a playable character. I mean, this is a fun, wacky game, right? Where did we come up with some of these forms? Who had some great ideas in the studio and was like, yo, let's do this?
I feel like Augusto should probably.
I think that was part of the right. It was part of the first concepts. Was like, okay, you can be many forms, and we didn't want to do the okay, you're the classic fantasy tropes. I've seen that for the last 30 years in every RPG. So how can we make something that's interesting that would yield maybe interesting abilities or something? So we have some that are more traditional, but then we have some weird ones like who wouldn't want to be a horse? It's just so ridiculous. And then like what kind of horse abilities would you have that can synergize with others? And so it was just a big brainstorm of just kind of random things, and then passed all that stuff to the design team, and then they picked, okay, what would go into what category, how did they work together, and all that to actually make it a full system. But yeah, it was like the silliness of it was always an important part of making this, just because it would be more fun than just to redraw everything we've seen before.
Yeah, taking a look really quick at the forms, just so everybody can kind of see where we're at here, right? I mean, you have that classic fantasy of the guard, right, and the ranger. And it's like, okay, cool, but I like how you step out with the magician. We have a zombie, a turtle, a horse, right? A mermaid is up there that you can unlock. I mean, that's really cool. How did you settle on the number you did? And of course, who was like, hey, let's be able to change these on the fly, right? And be able to just mix and match.
Okay. The number was just how many can we possibly fit in? I feel like even a couple of months before, we're like, can we do one more? Can we just sneak the one more in?
Awesome. Yes, cool.
And I do just want to bounce back to what Augusto was talking about, because when we started the game, Augusto and Mao, and I think it was you two, like to get the team like excited about the game and kind of like envision what it could look like, they like prototyped a bunch of, like just drew, what could the form tree look like what would be fun? And like the original concepts were so like all over the place. Like you could be, the one I love saying is like you could be ham and you could be stairs, and then if you max them both out, you could be a hamster, and like you could be like a ghost or like an abstract thought, or like it was just all over the place. So then when it came time to make them, we're just like, well, we have all these amazing ideas already. Like there's a horse right there. Like how would a horse play? I want to be a horse, and we just pick from those ideas as well. You know, like design. We also had ideas too, but that first image was so key to like getting people excited about the game.
Reminded me of one. I had a concept for a plant. You'd be like a potted plant, and you couldn't move. You had to like kind of propagate, like planting yourself like a seed, and then another plant will grow up, and that's how you would move. Like it obviously didn't work as a fun thing in the game, but just like those kind of ideas, like how it would be to be a plant, and like can we do that? And so a lot of these were just like random brainstorming.
What would you say was maybe the toughest form to implement? Because I see like all these forms control pretty differently, have different things to them. I remember unlocking the zombie and realizing that, oh shit, my health is going down, and not realizing until I died the first time, and me going, oh, how'd that happen? And then I realized that, oh, okay, I have to be inflicting damage in order to gain health. Were there any of these that you really had to like sit down and figure out, like, oh, how are we gonna make this work within the structure of this game?
I feel like the problem was more like these are way too strong. Like the monk has an ability that you can hit like every single character on the screen at once repeatedly, and with the right combos of moves you can be like, you can poison everyone on screen at once, and then hitting poison makes explosions occur every time there's poison, and like it was just this crazy like build up where it was way too strong, and we're like, oh, we went way too far, we need to tone this down. That was more of the issue. I guess maybe the egg would be the hardest one, because for a long time, like you guys already mentioned, it's kind of like a jokey class, and you're looking for those nests to get like sat on by a big bird. But before we settled on that, we were like just trying to make it like any other class, and we're like, but it's an egg. Like what is supposed to be fun about being this egg? So that took a lot of iteration until we're like, let's just make it fun and let's just make a bird sit on you.
That's really cool. I guess since we're talking about the forms, let's talk about leveling them up and unlocking new ones. How did we settle on that was going to be the progression of it? And then how did you come up with the idea of like mixing, matching the abilities and the quest for each one? And that's how you level them up with different rankings on that.
The quests were for sure part of the very first like pitch, like when Chris was pitching it. It was the number of forms and the quests and customizing them. Although originally it was way more constrained. You can see like I'm saying this for the benefit of like a viewer who's maybe not familiar with the game. Under the like health bars, you can see the like 4 icons, and those are your like passive abilities that are always on, as opposed to the diamond in the bottom right corner, which are like your active attacks. Originally, there was no like distinction. They were all only in the bottom corner. You could only do 4 moves. And that was the like original vision, but it just didn't allow you enough like customizing potential. Like you had to sacrifice an attack to even put a passive on. So yeah, the whole game was just like, the whole process of development was just like relaxing that. Like, can we give them more passives? Can we let them switch forms quicker? I know you asked earlier about like, how do we arrive on switching the forms so constantly and customizing them? And like at the start of development, that too was more constrained, where it was like, no, you can only swap characters and customize them at save points. Like, because we want to make you like commit to your build. But like the more we played it, like, you know, you'd get a new quest that was like, use this different move, and then you'd be like, well, I can't, I have to get to a save point. So it like just wasn't as fun as it could have been. So that too was just like over the development, we're just like, no, just like give people more freedom, let them change forms more quickly, let them customize anytime.
Augusto, I want to ask you another question about character designs, because I really love the art style. First off, will there be an art book? You know what I mean? Like, are we going to get an art book that I can purchase one day? Because I would like that. Just throwing it out there for you and the team.
Oh, that'd be great.
That would be awesome to have.
Yeah, I would love that.
But with the enemies, like you talk about grotesque and fun, and then a big one as well is like at the end of a lot of these dungeons, you'll either get a big challenge room like we just saw, or maybe you'll get like a really large scaled up looking boss. Where did that come from? Was there ever a conversation of like, let's make named super unique bosses, or hey, let's take this enemy and enlarge it by 20% and do that?
It was take this enemy and enlarge it by 20% at first, because that's what I think. I think Ian, you guys were prototyping like a boss arena, like having a boss, and so they basically the first pass was scaling one of the enemies we had. And then we started developing more stuff like there's an elite version of the enemies that are like bigger and more ferocious, and then there's like some bosses that have like all that fungus on them, and sometimes we had to do some custom moves for those boss battles, but those were dictated by the design team on what is fun for that arena, what's unique, so it doesn't feel repetitive. And then like for the art, it's like, let's just make it look as cool as possible.
Nice. Is there a favorite enemy or form that stands out to the both of you as your favorite? I know it's always hard to pick your favorite children, but is there one where you two are like, yeah, that's the poster up on my wall, or that's the one sitting by my desk because I love it so much?
I have a favorite kind of enemy. So in the later dungeons, there's a summoner that can change your familiars into like evil familiars, or like they're whatever I don't know what we call them again. Yeah. So we needed to have like, what's the familiar, instead of making like just like an evil rabbit or something, what can we do? And Mauricio had like this weird, creepy, long nose, purple face with scraggly hair, and with like 2 legs walking. And I said, hey, and like the tongue, a weird tongue. It's like, hey, can we do it so that the tongue is one of the legs and it's like this odd 3-leg cycle? and like always trying to push it into like what's something weird and ridiculous and like hilarious. And that's in the game. So it's because of the chaos. Sometimes you don't notice what's going on, but like there's so much detail in those animations that Mao did, and it just I don't know. It's just like it warms my heart that it's something so weird that everyone was like, yeah, this looks awesome.
That's awesome. Ian, for you, anything special that stands out?
Another weird thing, but in a different vein. The horse is my favorite because of, like, I love the horse in general, but the like romance subplot that you can engage in, like that was that was something I wrote, so I'm like a little more attached to it maybe than other people are.
Good,
but, like,
yeah.
I just love that you can like. Thanks. It's like because at first it was just a one-off quest, like fall in love with a horse, and then every time I saw a horse somewhere else in the game, I was like, what if I can like reference the horse love, like here or here, like what if someone can like flirt with you and you're like, no, I already have a horse boyfriend, like. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
I love that because in my playthrough, I actually didn't use the horse all that much. The horse is one of my less used forms. But every now and then I would be exploring the world and I'd see a horse and I'm like, I'd go talk to them and they can't understand you. I'm like, oh, what if I switch my horse to talk to it? And I started noticing that like every single time I talked to a horse, there would be like a flirtatious interaction go on. And I'm like, that's interesting. I wonder if there's a through line here. I love to hear that there is a through line there.
Definitely.
That's fun. So yeah, when did you guys think of like expanding it, like you brought up with the the Mages Guild, the Thieves Guild, this horse love over here? How did we go from like, hey, let's really expand out this world instead of just being the dungeon crawler with a plot A to point B story? When did you say, hey, let's add more to all of this? And was that difficult to do all that, or was that easy to be like, yeah, we have the time for this?
Do you want to take this one, Augusto, or do you want me to do it?
I mean, I don't know exactly. I think it needed it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but we wanted a place that you could do quests that were not the same type of quest from the form quest. So there were some ideas that wouldn't fit normal quests that would be a lot of fun to do. And so this idea of guilds, I think it was relatively early, but just finding the balance with the gameplay, I think was a bit like a trial and error. And again, it was like just do as many as we have time to fit. I think, I don't know, Ian.
Yeah, that lines up with how I remember it. It was maybe like a third to a halfway through where we were like, we have this big open world and all these forms and these form quests that are like, do this as the slug, do this as the ranger, but we wanted to give the player something to do in between the dungeons, maybe that they could use multiple forms. Like, I don't know if you've played the heist for the Thieves Guild, where you have to like go in and pretend to be a bunch of different customers at a store. And, just like that wouldn't be possible with the form quest, because as soon as you change away from the form, it's not your quest anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah, and they add a lot of like levity and charm, and just having like weird denizens in this world was just spurred a lot of great ideas.
Nice. Question coming in from the chat that I definitely want to get asked right here. Where are you? Somebody writes, is there... Oh, here it is. John Dew writes, when are we getting some couch co-op? My wife wants to play with me. Now, guys, we're, of course, playing online. I have not tried couch co-op because I am alone by myself in the middle of quarantine, like many people. Is there couch co-op in this game? Are we looking into couch co-op? Is that something you ever talked about?
There's not couch co-op in the game. It's definitely something we talked about, and I think it's something like we'd want to look into for sure. It's just like we just launched the game. Like hopefully, something we can definitely look into in the future.
Cool. Yeah, what is that like after you launch a game for your studio in particular, and just devs in general? Like, what is that turnaround time? Are we popping champagne and celebrating this week and we say, don't answer emails, let's just have fun? Or is it like, hey, let's fix, or hey, get this couch co-op, let's do this? What's that like for all of you at Drinkbox right now?
Okay, I'd love to hear it from Augusto's perspective. For mine, it's like, okay, we have like 200 emails from people who have all these problems. Like, how do we fix these problems? like, it works for most people, but there's always edge cases, and we're just like, oh no, we gotta fix them all. So for design, that's totally what it is.
Yeah, for the art side, it's more like, so what are we doing next, guys? And everyone's like, gotta put up these fires, fix it first. No, but it's more like I'm cautiously optimistic with like it's like, hey, the game is great. It's like, okay, yeah, I think I'm still processing it. It's just like, I don't know, just the anxieties of having like thousands or millions of people like play the game in the same week.
How's it like
So,
with Xbox
yeah.
Game Pass? Because I know, like,
Yep.
with your guys' previous games, you guys were always like the PlayStation guys, where, you know, Guacamelee came out on PS3 and PS4. Severed was a PS Vita exclusive when that came out. This is your first time kind of leaning into the Xbox side, and then also launching on Game Pass, which then opens your game up to a larger audience of people that can get in for a subscription price as opposed to paying full price for it. Are you guys seeing more reception? Are you guys like getting kind of a different experience in terms of what it's like to actually launch the game?
I know for sure, like, I am assuming launching on a Game Pass, like, there's just so many people who are playing it, which is, like, so cool to see. And I'm guessing the Game Pass has something to do with that. Beyond that, I don't know what I can say and what I can't say, so I'm not going to say anything.
Smart. Okay. Very smart.
Yeah,
You know,
it's been a great reception. Oh, sorry, Mike.
No, that I love that, Augusto. So it's been a good reception in your eyes as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's been great, and yeah, a lot of people are playing it because of Game Pass, which is great. Just like, just more eyes and ears on the stuff that this, you know, like I loved working with this team. It's just like great to see getting the recognition.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's so great. And, you know, I host the KindaFunny Xcast over on the Xbox side of things. And it is awesome to talk about discoverability and trying games that maybe you wouldn't normally play it. And a game like this is so perfect for a lot of the audience to be able to jump into and just have fun with it. You know, we'd love to get into the nitty gritty and be like, how much did you get? What is this? What is that? But I guess the easy one is, what was the reception like as a studio and as a team of either being approached by Microsoft or going to Microsoft and being like, hey, we're going to put this on Game Pass? Was there like, hey, I don't want to do that? Or was everybody like, hey, that sounds like a cool idea. I like that.
I think the studio has always been flexible with that kind of stuff, but I don't know, maybe you have a different vantage point, Ian.
No, about the same. Like, I don't remember any negativity at all. I think people were just like, great, awesome, you know? Like, I
Yeah,
think people were just stoked.
Yeah.
that's a great word for that. Is right. I like that.
I'm definitely treating Mike's game like it's my game. I'm just automatically redeeming everything.
You do it up, Lance. That's what I really like about this. And you guys said it so well of like, when I think of this now, me and the girlfriend can play this, and yes, we don't have to worry about which game is which. We can just be like, hey, let's just play our game together. I like that a lot. But it is cool for like Blessing to be leveling up my characters for me and helping me out. I really love that. Or vice versa, I can jump into his and help him out. So that's really, really cool. Let's
Totally.
As you guys were developing the game, were you thinking about it as a multiplayer game first, or as a single player experience first? Because now, with it having that co-op option, me playing with Mike, I feel like it is a little bit of a different experience in terms of like, yeah, we can kind of progress at a different rate, and I can basically add to the progression to his characters, and we both can kind of divide things up in terms of you get this, you get this, and we'll level up these characters differently at the same time.
It didn't start as multiplayer. I think that came in like maybe halfway through, where like we decided that maybe we could do this, which led to some of those like contradictions that we were talking about earlier about like, what if, you know, the troubles of getting your friend's progression in your game. Like, I guess if we knew multiplayer was like a for sure thing from the beginning, we might have designed the system differently. But yeah, so it was like about halfway through. But it's really exciting to see you guys play, and I'm looking forward to seeing some more like co-op streams, just because of the amount of like coordination you can employ and like help each other do your quests, and watching you guys tear through some of these bad guys. It's exciting.
Yeah, it is funny. It's funny because we're talking to you and we haven't done much like collaboration in that nature, but it will be cool. Like, once we turn this all off, I can't wait to get with Bless and be like, hey, you do this and I'll do that, and let's
straight up, like if we weren't having the thing of like wanting to converse with you and ask questions, all these things, I would be like, Mike, let me slow down the enemies so I can get the hits, because I'm trying to level up this damn slug, Mike.
I'm the bodybuilder, Bless. I'm just out there. I'm just pumping iron. I can't stop, man. I'm addicted to it. I guess another cool one that I really like about this, coming from the Diablo side and the, we'll call it typical dungeon crawler, I really love the idea of mixing and matching. Oh, wow.
Yeah, be careful.
Mixing and matching the different challenges with the dungeons. What was that like to be like, hey, on this dungeon, all damage is cranked up to 11, or on this dungeon, Blessing Slug is not going to be that great? How did you guys come up with that kind of gameplay?
I think it was all.
That was on me. My bad, Mike.
You guys got it.
No, that was on me. Maybe we need to be.
We were doing it at the same time.
You gotta strategize in this challenge.
Yeah,
totally.
I think we gotta change form once we get to that chase.
Yeah, you know what we're doing is right.
Okay, I'll sneak in my answer in the distance between that you guys can like strategize. Basically, it's just we developed those systems of like, oh, all damage is cranked up here, no status is allowed here, because that and other systems were just like, how can we get people to customize their forms and use different forms? Because early playtesting was like, people were just like, no, the guard's my favorite, and I'm playing the guard the whole game. And we're like, well, why do we make these forms then? So,
Smart.
So half of it's like encouraging you to switch, and then half of it's like puzzles, like the dungeon where everyone does 9,999 damage. It's like, you could view it as just like a raw challenge, or you could view it as like, maybe if I customize my character the right way, like, I can really take advantage of this, Yeah, just coming at that problem from both things.
This mermaid is dope looking. Awesome. That's cool as can be. That's one of my favorites is this splash screen right here of unlocking a new form. Always feels rewarding, and it's like really cool because you get to see the new art. Like I said, it's like, where's the art book, Augusto? You know what I mean? It's like, where's the art book? Because it's just so much fun to see that come to life on the screen in front of me. I love it.
Yeah, Mao did those drawings, and it was always great to get them back. It's like, hey, we have a new form, and then he would go to town with the poses.
Thanks for subbing, you furry bastard.
We got a cool question because you can hear the soundtrack in the background as we're playing, and I know we're kind of talking over it, but we have a question from Boars and Double O, and I don't want to mispronounce this gentleman's name, so I'll say, he says, how did you hook up with Jim G to do the soundtrack? What is that like on the indie side? How much is kind of like we're reaching out to X, Y, and Z to come in and do stuff? And of course, let's talk about the soundtrack.
Yeah, Jim Guthrie did an amazing job as usual. He's a Toronto legend. I mean,
cool.
Yeah, and he's in the video game scene, So like, bumped into him a couple of times, and yeah, we were thinking of this new game, and he was obviously one of the short list of people wanted to work with. I think I just sent him a message on Twitter. Like, I don't know him. I don't have that kind of relationship with him, but like we've known each other from the video game stuff in Toronto, and some mutual friends. So message him and see if he was interested, and then kind of we talked to him. I think mostly Ryan was involved with talking to him about the music and stuff. But yeah, made like a list of potential sounds of what would be interesting to explore in this game, and yeah, he was into it, and then he took it to like another level. Like the work he did for this game is just fantastic.
Oh wow, bless! This is much bigger than I thought it was. I went egg because Ian gave me a little, slipped me a little tip beforehand, and I said, "Oh wait, maybe I got an idea here. Maybe I got an idea."
Like, I'll let you pick.
Would you like to try again from the escape? Meaning they're gonna kick us right over to the halfway point. Is that what this is? Oh, cool. Okay. I will say I've been playing a lot of Metal Gear Solid 5, and I feel disrespected when they say, "Mike, do you want the chicken head on?" Because I'm an ultimate super soldier. Okay, I don't even know chicken head here, but I will take the chicken head on this one. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk, of course, we've been living through the global pandemic with COVID-19. You guys are up in Canada. You're in the 6. What was it like for a small studio of yourselves to work through the pandemic? You know, we got to talk off air kind of about that, but what was it like for the two of you to work through unprecedented times, something we've never seen or dealt with before in kind of humanity here in this generation?
Nice, man.
Yeah, nice. Sorry, I was all wrapped up in the gameplay for
Thank you. I'm trying. I don't know how much longer I have because the poison's also murdering me, but I'm trying my
Let me
best.
try. I'm gonna go egg too, actually.
Yeah, okay,
That's
give
a
it
good
a
idea.
try.
Maybe we might be able to switch off the deaths.
Nice. Okay, for me, it was pretty good. Like, you know, communicating entirely through Discord, it like lags conversations a bit. It makes it a little awkward to like collaborate at like 100%, but I would say like 90%. Like, we were well into production, so there weren't like a lot of like really tough like fundamental things to work out. It was just, you know, we had a good team, we had good chemistry, so the collaboration was pretty effortless.
Yeah, I
Cool.
think it was an extension. I don't know of like the studio dynamic is like very focused, very collaborative, and we've been working together for a while. So a lot of that shorthand. I mean, we had some new team members and whatnot, but like, yeah, it's just that it was just a great team. It was just like good chemistry and yeah, just like the important thing is the game and being creative with it. And yeah, for me personally, it gave me a lot of structure in those chaotic first months of the pandemic, like before vaccines and everything. It's like anxiety levels are high, but like I knew I could like be working on something fun for like 8 hours of my day, and like that just gave me that routine that was like, okay, everything's gonna be fine.
Good job,
Fantastic
Bless. We
job,
did it.
Mike.
Great
We
job, Bless.
absolutely bodied
Also,
it.
big shout out to the chat right there. A couple of chat members were like, yo, maybe put on Gallop, maybe put on some Dodge. I like that. Blessing also teased me with the, you know, poison builds up 75% a little bit slower, so I slid that on my character right there as the
Very
passive,
smart.
which is good.
Good job.
A question
Yeah.
I have, because what my favorite thing maybe about this game is the dungeons and how ridiculous and different they get. Like where you'll pull up to a dungeon, and it's like, here's a big dead robot, here's a dragon, here's this, here's that. I think that stuff is awesome and really creative. Did you guys have any ones that you loved working on the most in terms of concepting out these dungeons art-wise, and then also like mechanically what the dungeons actually end up being?
And really quick, to slide in there, who's the Burning Man reference? You know what I mean? Who's going to the burn out there? Because it felt like the big robot might have been a little Burning Man out here.
Graphist, baby. Yeah, it was a bunch of different. I think it was also kind of like brainstorm of like, what's the most ridiculous dungeon like we can make. So a lot of those areas were like, before we had like the world have a sense of world building, was like, what about a robot? And I mean, in part to play with those tropes, like you don't always want to go to the Dark Tower, and you always want to go to, you know, those like castle. We have those, but then we can break free from those, and we have like the mutant mound was a lot of fun. It's just what is this? The dead dragon was so much fun to make. Just the idea of going inside like a dungeon that the tile set is not walls, it's kind of entrails. Again, going with that grotesque and fun kind of direction. And yeah, it was just, and then we just picked our favorites. But yeah, that was a lot of fun to explore those things. And as far as the mechanics, then that's like Ian can talk a little bit about those.
Yeah, those the most fun ones were like ones like this, where we're like, how far can we push people to really like give them a good challenge and like almost a puzzle of how to figure it out. There's another one, the whale, where like every time you hit an enemy, you just get shot with a rocket every single time. And that's another one where it's like, okay, how are you gonna deal with this? And like, I really look forward to seeing people right now, in fact, try and deal with it.
Perfect timing, actually, because I have brought us up to Big Gnarly. Me and Ian talked about this before. This is something that I attacked last night with one of my friends, and I'm excited to do it with Blessing. Now, Bless,
What
Just
up?
cranked up to super hard mode right here, okay? So we're gonna have to
Yeah.
work together. It's gonna be fun. I'm pretty excited about that.
I tried this dungeon exactly one time while playing, and I was like, no, you cannot make me go through this dungeon. This is gonna get a skip right here. So I'm ready at least. I was not ready for it when I saw it.
Oh, this is so much
The thing
fun.
is what? It's like one hit and you're done?
Yeah, but they're also one
Well,
hit. Oh, Ian.
I mean, it's 1 hit equals 999 damage.
Okay. I
But,
Oh.
you know,
Fair.
like the egg
Now,
has an
I mean-
ability, you know.
Yeah, Mike, I'm the egg right now. I'm surprised you're not going egg because we get like I think what 4 hits as the egg, something around that.
Oh.
That we can
Okay.
take.
Interesting.
is
I
that-
thought maybe one would be the shooter and then one would be I'm gonna survive type move. But I guess if
We
you
can
think
go-
from
we
a
can go
solo
that way.
aspect, yeah, but I
give you
guess
the-
from a solo aspect, somebody would have to be able to do it both, right?
Yeah, but you can probably equip attacks to the egg that would make it possible. But I do like the idea of I'm the survivor, you're the tank.
I'm the damage dealer.
You're
Okay.
the damage dealer, yeah.
So I need to add on a poison one, I believe, or a purple one here, the dark magic. Let me just make sure I have that.
A question. Oh, where'd it go? I let the question go. Somebody in chat was. Oh, here it is. Triforce Power in chat says, "Are there any Easter eggs in the game?" And I don't necessarily want to spoil anything because there are some Easter eggs that I saw that were like, oh, okay, this is really cool. And specifically, there's one that involves swords on a wall that had me really excited. I thought that was really awesome. Are there lots of Easter eggs like that?
I think so, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's a few.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think the guilds have some. The guilds buildings.
What are your guys' methodology in terms of like getting those in there? Is it a hey, we gotta manage how many Easter eggs we put in there so people don't think that this is like a similar universe as like another game kind of thing? Or do you guys really go deep in thought in terms of how you put the Easter eggs in there?
From my
Really?
perspective, yeah, it's just like when the designers are making a level, or even afterwards, we're like, oh, can we make something funny in here? Like, oh, there's nothing in this corner. Like, I want to shout out this game, or you know, it's just whatever seems fun to us, I think.
Yeah, like for the Wall of Swords, that was like Steph was just like, hey, this is you know, and the story, the guy that's giving you that task is Knife Bro. It's like, oh, and he just put it in, and then we're like, loved it. So yeah, it's just more like riffing on ideas, and sometimes even when like pitching ideas or discussing, then you start cracking jokes about it, and so some of that kind of gets crafted from just that, from just talking.
So far, this is working, Mike.
Yes,
This is working. This is maximum. I'm trying to balance talking now and answer getting questions. But my mind is also
great.
like lock in, Mike. This is all you can focus on. So I am a little quiet. I will say I'm gonna be a little quiet. But of course, Twitch chat, welcome in. If you're just tuning in, we are joined by the Drinkbox Studio team over here, ready to have some fun and show off. Nobody Saves the World. Share in the fun of the big release right now. Available on Xbox, Game Pass, PC, and console, and of course on Steam as well, for you to go get your hands on it and jump in. And it's a ton of fun. So if you have any questions for these two, please get it in the chat. We will gladly answer them, as I am in full try-hard mode, everyone.
Now, my biggest question that I'm not asked yet is, how often does Severed get brought up in the studio? Because Severed is a game that I fucking loved when I played it on the Vita. And like, I know it launching as a Vita game, I know it's come other places too, right? But like, I feel like when I hear about Drinkbox, people always go to Guacamelee because that was such a, I think like indie darling title that came out that had everybody in love with it. And the Vita's audience being a little bit smaller, I think had Severed be a little bit of a slower burn as it came to other places as well. Does that come up as much? Does anybody ever use the words Severed 2 back to back like that?
I feel like every time, I haven't been in the studio that long, like maybe 4 years at this point. So never mind, that's pretty long. But every time I've been in the circle where we're all pitching our next game ideas, someone's always like, Severed 2? Like,
that would be, if I worked at the studio, that would be me. I would be that guy. Like, so like, what about Severed, guys?
Yeah, we're very proud of that game. We love that game. But yeah, it was, you know, the touchscreen and all that. It was like a specific moment.
Yeah, you need to kind of.
So
Now
now,
you get to survive.
oh yeah.
Oh!
So now,
That's tough.
yeah, the arena, that's tough. But yeah, so now we need to think like what's like this current time severed for this current time. But that world was really fun and yeah, really unique game and yeah, really challenging, but in like a very creative kind of way.
All I'm saying is that Nintendo Switch has a touchscreen.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a little tip.
It does.
Oh, we love tips. We like tips.
I noticed you have one open passive slot on your bodybuilder, and
Oh.
he could equip the eggs passive, and that would help you both to survive 4 hits.
Smart.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't even. I don't even have to be using the egg, Mike. Is what I'm realizing right now.
Another tip: you also have some unused tokens.
Yeah,
If you go-
okay. Want you all to know, last night they called me out, Augusto, okay? I was showing it off on my stream. I had 140 unused tokens, and I have this problem of spending points and not being in the meta, and everybody teased me, and they said, the dev team is going to come on, and they're going to make fun of you. Here it is. Everybody, you get it. You got what you wanted. They got me.
So yeah, you can upgrade those abilities and those passives. So just saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think maybe you go in there, spend some points, bless you. My game is your game, which I really love. You can do it.
Let's see.
Here's a cool one. Of course, over on the XCast, we had Tim Schafer on recently to talk all things Psychonauts and kind of that awesome Double Fine studio and the legacy and stuff. But I brought up the logo, the team logo of Double Fine and that cool little double-headed bumblebee. You guys have an epic studio logo with the drink box. It's very, very cool. I don't know if you guys do variations like Double Fine has done with different colorways and different themes, but have you ever done that? And if you did get a crack at it, maybe what colorway would you put on the cool drink box logo to make it unique and different?
I think we did it for about the blob. We had the blob. And at the end of the credits, we have one of the mana fairies trying to drink from the drink box.
Right.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah. But usually what happens with that stuff is like, we love doing that stuff, but like we're too caught up trying to get new forms and new abilities that it's like, okay, we don't have time for the logo gag. Let's so that's what ends up happening. Yeah. But yeah, we love that stuff.
Totally. I'm trying so hard to think of like a funny riff on the Drinkbox logo, but I got
If we
nothing
did
right
it for
now.
this one, it would transform into different things.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
And then a drink
that'd be
box.
really
yeah,
good.
that's great.
And then as an Easter egg, that'd be fun to have the little drink box as a
Right.
as a form.
Totally.
My bless would go back into the arena. I love that. I love that. The arena is a great word right there for it.
Let's see. I'm struggling a little bit in terms of health, and so I'm gonna play it safe.
Yep.
I don't have mana either, really.
Trying to find that balance. These guys are a little tough, but I do have my new little passive on, so that's very helpful.
Yep.
You're gonna be
they're
chased
going
by
for me.
them. Oh, I don't have any mana though. That's a problem.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Now we got it. Oh. Okay. Oh, well, you know,
Nice, Mike.
maybe I can take a couple hits this time. Maybe I just needed the development team to help me, you know. Maybe that's all I needed. Maybe I need a little guide here. And I guess while we're deep in thought on this one, what has it been like? Is it rewarding after the, what did we say, 3 or 4 years of development to see the positive reception, see people go hands with it? Like, does that feel good every time you all release the game?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's like sigh of relief because you kind of feel that electricity in the team a little bit. Like, hey, I think this is good. And like, we're having fun playtesting it. Even the tough days are like fun, but then you don't know, right? Because you're too close to it, and so having people like play it and like get it, like, oh yeah, this is why it's fun for me. It's like that's what we were going for. So it's really validating. Like, okay, I'm not crazy. In these 3 years, it makes sense. So yeah, it's been amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Totally. And especially now that it's like people we don't know are playing it and saying it's cool, because like we get a lot of playtesters in and many of them, they got to be people we trust. So you know, it's like friends or family or people we have like a couple steps removed connections with. So when we're like, you know, give it to us straight. Is the game good? Like, what's the worst part? And they're like, no, we love it. It's like, okay, well that feels good, but it's like, but you never can be quite sure. So yeah, to see a positive reception now, we're like, oh yeah, okay, it really was good.
That is really funny, Next. Really cool to put it like that. I love that. Give it to us straight. Of course, here at Kinda Funny, we don't only talk about video games. We love video games, but we love the nerd culture world. And a great question from Assassins RN, just to get to know both of you and yourselves of like, what games have you two been playing? And of course, also, what shows or movies have been hot in your watching cycle lately? I always want to know that.
Oh man, I'm replaying a lot of Souls games in preparation for Elden Ring.
Yeah.
So this is what happens. I'm like, oh, should I finish
Oh,
playing
bless
this other
you.
game or
Yeah.
just start another Dark Souls?
Have you gotten back into Sekiro?
Yes.
Oh, that's what I love to hear.
I love that game, but
That's
I'm
what I love to hear.
still not good enough at that game. It's like I get halfway through and then I'm like, oh, I love it, but it's also like it's too challenging, right? I like, you know, I need to work passes in. But yeah, I just keep going back to those games. Really love them.
Did you check out the blindfolded run at GDQ?
No, I haven't. Oh my god.
Oh,
dude, it's
that's
Which
incredible.
game?
Of Sekiro,
Sekiro.
Shadows Die Twice. Somebody played
Oh,
it
no.
blindfolded and beat it in 2 hours.
But I just watched a guy play through with the Rock Band drums. He mapped
That was
the
so incredible.
movement, and he's like this,
God.
and that was crazy.
Is there a challenge you would issue for Nobody Saves the World that somebody should play it a certain way on stream, like with a Guitar Hero gun or
Yeah, play
the
with drums. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be amazing.
That'd be a really fun time. I feel like.
That's awesome. I need to watch the GDQ highlights. That one for sure.
That's
GDQ is always mind blowing. Is that ever a thing that like? Would that excite you or worry you if they announce that we're gonna do a Nobody Saves the World run of GDQ? We're gonna break the game as much as we can to get like a 30-minute. Is that something that like makes you go, oh hell yeah, or do you start to sweat and be like, no, please don't show me all the flaws in this thing.
No, hell yeah. I'm
So exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't break my baby.
When I don't know about other people, but when I'm playtesting the game, I'm trying to speedrun it. Like, because after a certain point, I've played through this game like 30 times or 300 times, and I'm like, you know, I know a couple like obscure glitches in the game. I can beat it pretty quick. So it's almost like I want to see what a real person can do. Like Guac 2. I think I beat it in like 3 hours or something, and I was like, yeah, I'm so cool. And then like the first week, someone beat it in like an hour, and it's just so like, it's so cool. You're like, whoa, how did you do that?
How
Show
do
me
you
the
do that?
secret.
Yeah.
Mike, we're about to do it, man.
We are doing
We're
this,
doing it.
Blast. Oh, and here's our big boss right there. There's the big baddie.
I have a good
God.
feeling about this.
Oh,
Dude,
Blast.
absolutely bodied
We
it.
did it!
Absolutely
Nice.
bodied it.
Heck yeah, man. Oh,
Good
that's
stuff.
awesome. That feels rewarding as well. Just so
That
everybody in
feels
the
great.
Twitch chat knows, that feels really good, okay? That feels really good. Did I need my handheld? Of course I did, but it feels good still. Feels real good.
Sweet.
Good job.
Oh,
That's
and just
awesome.
to answer the question, I've been playing a lot of Undertale and Rocket League lately. And Hitman.
Oh, dude,
the Hitman
man, oh my
trilogy.
god,
Hitman
man after my own.
trilogy.
You just named 3 games that I fucking love.
Yeah, they're too good.
You excited
Well,
for the updates they're bringing to Hitman this year? It seems like they're bringing a new map, and then they're also adding what seems like a roguelite mode.
Man, my head's been too down in development. I don't know any of this. I'm really excited.
Oh yeah. It's a lot of exciting stuff. Did you get a chance to also check out, speaking of Undertale, Deltarune?
I just started it last night.
Oh yeah.
Really enjoying it so far.
Cool. That's awesome, you guys. Well, that does bring us up to the hour, which has been perfect because we've got to share the fun. We've shared some laughs. We've knocked out some dungeons, maybe some big time dungeons. Just going to throw it out there. It feels good to complete that, but it has been really awesome to share the fun and the hype around Nobody Saves the World with you two incredible human beings and all of your team from Drinkbox. So really thank you both for taking the time out of your day and joining us after launch. like you said, right? We're not popping champagne. We're still having fun. We're celebrating, but working hard, of course. But it was nice to take an hour with both of you and share this kind of moment. Any final words that you'd like to impart to the Kind of Funny audience and beyond? We'll go around the table with both of you.
Wanna go first, Ian?
Sure, I'm gonna take it. Well, I don't have much to say except thanks so much for having us on. It's been a blast, and like thanks for everyone who's taken an interest in the game or tried it or enjoyed it. Like it just really means a lot.
Yeah, thanks for all the support, and I hope to see what you guys do with the game. Break it, speedrun, all that stuff. Yeah, love it.
Hell yeah.
I will mix and match abilities, and I will try to break this game one day. After I beat it first, that's my main goal, knock it out first. But thank you both for coming on. Congratulations on the launch. Congratulations on the big milestone over on Steam as well. Of course, to all the Kind of Funny best friends tuning in, if you are interested, you can go check it out. It's on Game Pass via the console. It's on Steam and Game Pass PC, so go check it out. Go have some fun. Go enjoy it. It is co-op, so you can bring in a friend and go unlock a bunch of forms and tell me what your favorite form is. And let these guys know how great of a job they did over on social media, because they always deserve to hear all of the fun and the praise. So with that, Augusto and Ian, thank you so much for joining us here on the live stream. On behalf of myself and the Kind of Funny team, we wish you nothing but the best and success over there. And we can't wait for future updates and the next big game from the studio. Y'all have some fun out there.
Awesome. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
thanks, Mike. Thanks, Bless.
Thank you guys. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. And Twitch chat, with that, as we say goodbye and we reset the room, I am going to run a block of Twitch ads. Remember, you can support us in a multitude of ways here on Twitch, whether you're subscribing or following. Remember, if you are subscribed at the tier 1 through 3 level, you can have no ads. You don't have to watch ads. You can hang out and use sub emotes. Or if you're not subscribed, you're still supporting us in an awesome way by watching these Twitch ads. Maybe it's about a Snickers bar. Maybe it's about Billie Eilish and Photoshop. I don't know. But enjoy these Twitch ads. We'll see you in just a moment. Kevin, will you take us to the standby screen for a second?
Sure.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, there we go. There it is. They can still hear me, though.
Yo, welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the quick moment of standby. I had to say goodbye to the Drinkbox team, but it's so great to have all of you still rocking with us. I hope you enjoyed that. It was something new, something different from the streaming side, right? And I want to thank Blessing and Kevin for being here with me, right? We haven't brought on many developers to talk about their games and just hang out and play games with us. So it was really, really something special. We want to give a big thank you to everyone involved, from Pop Agenda and, of course, Drinkbox, for approaching me and saying, hey, you want to talk to these guys? And I was like, yeah, we want to talk to them. Let's have some fun on the stream. So thank you to everybody involved and just being a part of it. Thank you to our awesome community. And of course, it's Thursday, which means it's time to get back to playing games with me and Blessing. We're on a rise. Okay, we're on a Metal Gear rise, you and I.
Dude, I'm on a quest for revenge, Mike. I'm on a quest for revengeance. You know what's beautiful is that I you know, I'm a PlayStation person because I always PS love you. You know, I don't use my Xbox as much. I did not even think about the fact that quick resume was a thing, and so when I tabbed over to Metal Gear Rising Revengeance and it left off right at the screen that I closed the game on, it's impressive and it's real useful. And PlayStation, like, give us quick resume because this is actually mind blowing.
Yo, Bless, really quick. Will you do me one favor?
What's up?
Will you, will you go to the store really quick? Go to your Microsoft store really quick and quick resume.
Right.
Stay on. I want you to do me a favor because I want to pump this up because I actually want to play this for real. Go to your store and type in Saints Row. Hey everybody, backwards compatibility and the awesome team over at Xbox. we can play some old games. And guess what? Saints Row 1 is currently $1.50. And they favorite game modes of all time, Protect the Pimp. And I'm trying to get some lobbies going. Okay, I'm trying to get us all to play a little bit of Saints Row 1 multiplayer. It's $1.49.
Saints Row 1 and 2 are both $1.49.
So I'm just letting you know right now, if you would like to play
Saints Row the third is $2.24. Kevin, hide my screen real quick because I'm sure it's going to show my payment information.
So they're old ass games,
Yeah.
but they have an incredible multiplayer mode called Protect the Pimp. And yes, that is very dated. You can tell where we came from with this game. But I would love to play with all of you one day soon, maybe on an evening stream or something. So hey, if you're into Saints Row, if you're ever into playing with me and Bless and the gang,
I thought you were like, yo, we're booting it up right now, because I will boot it up right now with you. I've actually never played. I love Saints Row franchise, specifically 3 and 4. I've never gotten to play 1 and 2. And 2 is one that is beloved in so many people's hearts. And so I would love to hop into the earlier Saints Row so I can actually get that experience. When are we, dude, hear me out. Saints Row the reboot comes out later this year. When are we gonna do Saints Row in review? Like, I would be so down to fucking go through Saints Row 1 through 4 with you.
Yo, we should check it out. Okay, Bless. Well, you and I have Thursdays together. I think we should rerun it because to me, Saints Row is such a moment in time, right? I was talking with my friends last night. We did this exact same thing of like, hey, it's $1.50. Like, let's try to play it. And like, funny enough, we were the only 2 people on planet Earth trying to match up for Protect the Pimp mode, right? But we could do that on a Thursday. And I just want everybody to know, they're not paying me, but if you'd like to play this game together, I think we should check it out because it could be a ton of fun with it. So I had to take a moment and promote that because I will definitely be trying to get people to play with me and laugh it up, y'all, just so you all know.
I bought Saints Row 1. It is installing. For some reason, I was having an error message whenever I tried to buy Saints Row 2, so I don't know what's up with that. But I am down to play the Saints Row 1 multiplayer with you sometime.
Okay,
I'm excited for Saints Row, dude. I know people seem not to be as hyped about this reboot that's coming out later this year. I'm looking forward to it. I think it looks cool. I like that they're rebooting, starting from scratch. I like that they're going back to their roots. I can't wait for it. I fucking love these Saints Row games.
Love that, Bless. Let's jump back into Metal Gear because I know people want to see Metal Gear. And hey, guess what, Xbox? If you want to play that with me, I'll put the call out. Bless. Saints Row. I talked about Shadowrun. I'm going back to Shadowrun to get some multiplayer custom lobbies going on. A little Skate 2. If you're ready to go hit the Mega Complex with me,
say
Bless.
the word.
Trying to just rip up some Skate 2. I believe those servers are broken, but you know what? It's fine. I think they're shut down, but you know what? It's still the moment, okay? It's still the moment of fun. Let's jump in. We're going to play some Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Of course, with all of your support, we can keep this going if you want to have fun, everybody. Johnny asked, Mike, how do you have so much time for games? Johnny, I actually don't sleep. Okay, I don't sleep well. I sleep for about 4 to 6 hours a night at most, and I'm just running off of chai tea lattes. I have 4 chai tea lattes in the fridge. I'm not sleeping tonight, y'all. I'm not sleeping. Let's do this.
With where we left off, I believe the last thing we did was discover that these bad guys are holding a bunch of child brains. And that is where we left off.
So everybody knows.
I don't know if we have it in us to do the Lolly Lule lore, just because this game's story compared to the other Metal Gear story seems like it takes a little bit more of a back seat. And I don't know if you can even recall all the things that happen, because it's very quick in terms of like the plot details.
You know what? I think I can give you a little Lale Lule lore. You ready for this, Bless?
I'm ready.
Yo, what is going on, KindaFunny best friends? Welcome back to part 2 of our Metal Gear Rising Revengeance stream. I'm gonna hit you with some Lale Lule lore. Welcome in. It's Metal Gear Revengeance, and we're playing as the one, the only, the jabroni boy, Raiden, and he's badass. It's a couple of years after Metal Gear Solid 4, and he's off on his own, kicking ass and taking names, and he needs to go bring down some cyborg baddies. But then all of a sudden, maybe Machine Gun Kelly went full frontal on Bird Box. Maybe he's drinking blood. I don't remember, but when we were talking about the Lale Lule lore, it was all about full frontal, it was all about blood, and then turns out we got a lot of children brains out there. Our little buddy Ben was like, yo, I'm in a sewer and I just escaped. I need your help. And Ryan was like, yo, I got you, bro. And he's hacking and slashing, chopping up people. And that's the story that I remember so far.
I mean, that's spot on. There was also the octopus lady with all the arms that turned into a full arm, which is a
you're
great
right.
name for it.
What was her name? The French cold, the French winter. She had a badass name, Kevin. You're so right. You're so right.
All right, let's do this.
Probably
I
best
guess
you
that's not
stay
the right
out
way.
there. We don't want to risk harming any of the
I will
brains.
switch all the stream stuff up in just a moment. Mistral. Mistral was definitely her name, but what was her nickname? What was her nickname, y'all? Let me reset my life.
The biggest challenge of Metal Gear Rising is figuring out which
Where
way to
did we
go.
go?
Where did we come from? Where did we go? It's been a week. I do not recall.
All right, where am I here? Let me see.
I wonder if I saw someone on top of there. There's like a thing on top of that over there. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm seeing things. Oh, shit.
Splendid. It is all ours. Now, use it
Oh
to
my
locate
God.
a data input
Oh, you became that thing.
Yeah, I'm playing as one of these little arm
Guys are
creatures.
pretty jumpy now. Any funny business?
Holy
and they
shit.
might just open fire.
Try latching onto Cyborg's heads from behind. Then, an electric shock should knock them unconscious.
I just need to act natural. It's like a slap.
Just a slap, bro. And you can slap people and protect the pimp mode. So if you would like to slap people, go download Saints Row so we can play
Okay.
protect the pimp mode.
Slapping was not the right option. I'll
No.
tell you what, it is not a stealth takedown. It is just literally a slap. I slapped that guy's ass. Yeah. Yeah, they're being very polite about it, which I appreciate. Oh, look at this parkour. Oh,
Wow, look at that hardcore parkour, bro.
it was good for a second. Oh, he just fucking kicked me
Oh,
across
you
the
just
room.
got punted. Remember in Anchorman when Jack Black punted that dog off the side of the bridge? That was pretty great. Pretty great. And maybe it wasn't Jack Black. I just like to pretend like it was
Will
Jack
Ferrell.
Black in my mind.
Oh, I can use Y to clap. Interesting.
Oh, wow. With one hand, standing on one hand, that's epic.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I need a I need a hide. Oh, does it really? There we go. Oh, yeah, that might be it. Yeah, my objective. All right, there we go. They won't know a thing. It was totally Jack Black. Okay. Oh yeah, I probably need to get into that vent, so I need to come back around. They can't see a thing.
Whoa there. Whoa there.
Oh, oh my god.
Coming in from Triforce's Power, wants to know, Mike, Bless, and Kevin, what's your stance on nanomachines? Or just like to be able to know what like me and Blessing are seeing and feeling, right? Like we saw with the Rat Patrol. So like that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Yeah, you don't want to go that one?
The terminal is most likely designed to download mission data
Yeah,
and
people
such
say they
into
can't
the
hear you,
machines. Let's try using it to...
Yeah,
access
anyways,
the
that's what I
lab
was saying. I
server.
don't like any of the chat kids.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
That's what he was saying, Chad. Remember, Twitch chat, if you would like to
I found
continue on
something.
this stream,
In
you
one of
can
the
show your
Sentry
support by
Cyborg's visual
subscribing,
logs.
donating biddies,
Guess who
hitting
shows
that
up?
follow button to all
Patch
fill
it
up
through.
this bar and
Right
continue
away.
to push forward and go for that extra time. Right now, we have about an hour left on the stream, maybe a little less, 45. If you want more, we can go for longer with Metal Gear Rising.
Then send us what you do have. We've already commenced the outplaying.
There's the guy.
Program? Yep. Same one old Georgie boy used on the kids in Liberia. Of course, it's right straight to the brain.
People are saying it's lagging pretty badly. Is that on me? Is it my internet? I was having internet.
Yeah,
issues
it's
last-
definitely your
last
internet.
night.
But it seems to be kicked on.
And your work
Is that
light.
Kingpin?
We need to
Also,
sit
people,
for
a
our
bunch of
cover.
people
that's
talking
Boris.
shit like they're not gonna get banned.
Some assholes snooping around.
We just do not have the full quantity yet. Each brain has its own unique requirements. It's not like we can just pop them out with an ice cream scoop.
All right. Make your point.
Oh, thank you for understanding.
Say what you have now, or destroy any unharvested inventory.
Okay? But have you any idea what they cost?
Last I checked, children weren't exactly rare in the part of the world. Millions of them, in fact. You can get more once we set up a new lab. They lead lives of hunger and pain. We're performing a service here for them and the cities they burden.
But just gathering the donors required a significant investment.
Yes, you'll get the money. Accounting will be in touch.
Gracias. I assure you we will dispose of our inventory the instant we can confirm payment.
Are we done here? I've got a full slate today. Tecumseh is a demanding mistress, and America has suffered long enough.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Let me see you out.
You see that, Kev? Imani's killer.
Desperado's chief of operations goes by Sundowner, the Californian wildfire.
The kids.
Think we're too late?
Only one way to find out. George was still alive. Maybe the payment hasn't come through yet.
Maybe. But you heard what he said. They've already started some brains on VR training.
There must be more than just what I found here. What about the VIP in the suit?
I'll find out. Definitely seemed familiar.
Right. I'm going after the kids.
Wait, oh, look at this guy.
The action in this game is epic.
Dude,
It's
it's so
insane.
good.
Such a big fan of the action.
Story's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I'm finding that I'm not caring about the story.
I'm still thinking about Machine Gun Kelly, so I don't know much of that's happening in the story, to be honest with everybody.
And it's
I've lost
full
track of the
frontal
story.
scenes in the movies you love.
VMAC with the Prime Gaming sub for 9 months says, let's keep this going. What up, Mike Blessing, Kevin? VMAC, what up, big dog? Thank you so much for your support here on this lovely Thursday with me, Blessing, and Kevin and the squad. We are nearing that 15-minute mark. Remember, we can fill up this whole bar and go for the full extra hour if you want more Metal Gear Rising. Of course, I want to talk Metal Gear with all of you, so please, let's fill up this bar and let's talk Metal Gear if you want it today on the Thursday.
Dude, cutting things apart is so satisfying.
I love the slowdown cuts too. I think that's a really cool mechanic of the precision VATS cuts of it all. I like that.
And you have a lot of control over it.
Uh-huh. Ooh, good in gaming. Also, Charles Jacobson says, Mike, how far are you into Metal Gear Solid 5? I'm on mission 19, if you'd like to know where I'm at. Mission 19.
Right. We can't find George.
What?
Maybe the coordinates you sent us were off?
No way. I merged the GPS location of our entry with all my movement data from that point on.
This is bad.
You think they got to him first?
I don't know. I'll have our guys sweep the area.
Thanks. I better keep moving.
Want to give a big shout out to Ocean MMO for the Prime Gaming sub for 44 months. Says, bacon dozen. I'll tell you what, I'd love a dozen bacon strips. Blessing. I'm a big fan of bacon.
I love bacon. It's so good.
You guys going bacon over sausage?
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, that's the thing. I feel like if I'm walking around with a piece of bacon, no one's judging me.
Yeah.
You know?
Can't walk around with a sausage link or a patty like that.
No,
When you say walking around with a piece of bacon, you're talking about like on the street?
On the street or in the studio?
On the street. On the street, y'all. I love it.
I've done it. It's, you know, I've done the sausage too. And let me tell you, people judge you.
I mean, I always think bacon over sausage, Bless, but when it comes down to it, is it a sausage patty or a sausage link? Because I'm a link man. I like the link.
Oh my God.
I feel
do
like
love
you
a
gotta
sausage
go
link.
link. You gotta go link.
I'll take link over patty unless we're having biscuits and I can make a sandwich out of it.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
If I'm getting a patty, it has to come with a purpose. I'm not just gonna eat a patty on the plate.
I don't want to just a patty on a plate is right, Bless. I hate that presentation too. Coming from the food and beverage world, just a patty on a plate doesn't look as appetizing or, you know, nice at all. I don't like that.
Yeah. I will say, maybe for the first 25 years of my life, I would have gone bacon over sausage every single time.
Oh.
I think maybe because I've done it so much, now if you ask me, for like if I'm getting a breakfast plate with eggs and bacon or whatever else, or eggs and biscuits or whatever else is on there, I'd probably say sausage.
Okay.
If I get both, I get both. But I think more often now, I've just had so much bacon throughout my life that I think I'm more in the mood for a sausage, even though I like bacon more. Damn, this guy is really fucking me up.
I don't know if you're damaging him, if I'm being honest.
I don't know what you're doing against this jabroni is right. I don't know. Staff Mixer T with the tier 1 sub for 13 months says, love the MGS streams. Well, thank you so much. We all love them here so much. And, you know, Barrett's getting a well-deserved break after going hard through Metal Gear 1 through 4. And Blessing said, yo, let me take the reins and show you what a cyborg and ninja can do. And we were like, let's go, bro.
Ninja. Imagine
Thoughts on turkey bacon? I'm not eating turkey bacon.
No, thank you.
I want bacon.
Thank you.
I don't want that.
I need
stuff.
full fat bacon, okay?
Yeah.
I want
rip off the fat on my bacon, Kevin. Did you know that?
God, I mean, I assumed as much.
You assumed it. Yeah, I cut off the fat on my steak. I cut off the fat on my bacon.
Oh, I love it.
I kind of rip off the fat on my bacon. I don't cut it.
That's like the best part.
No, I hate the fat. It's all chewy and gross. I hate it.
No, it's the best part. It's the best part.
I hate it. Hate it.
In the chat, what is it? CinemaCon says fat is the best part. That's really smart.
Nope.
That's very
CinemaCon.
clever.
CinemaCon.
Still chewy, which is a great name.
Still
For
chewy?
this comment. Says Kevin is right as usual. Huh?
What happened with that grenade and then attacking it?
Yeah, what indeed happened to it?
I don't think the grenade did anything to him.
Oh, I thought you like slowed it. I thought it stopped for a second. I just didn't see you hack and slash it, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I was scared because I didn't want to die. I could try it again to see if that same grenade works. The thing is, I'm out of like everything else. Because yeah, this is it's magnetic pulses for a limited time, disabling. Yeah, I gotta try. Let me try it one more time. If I can even last. Hold on. I'll have to deflect it off the wall.
Oh, it did deflect. Nice.
Yeah, but he's still pretty active.
Hey, he don't like that. He don't like that. He don't like that.
I think I definitely got to go through that guy because there's not really any other option I'm seeing here.
The music is badass.
How about Canadian bacon? That's just ham.
No, I don't want Canadian bacon.
No, we're not doing Canadian.
You know, I mean,
no
here's that. Hold on. I don't want to get lobbed in with these guys. I like Canadian bacon fine for Eggs Benedict. And that's it.
Oh,
anything else?
One special thing, that's
yeah,
it?
That's right.
Well, then you're clearly lobbed in with us. Don't try to act like you're better
you
than
guys
us.
are different. You guys are different.
One item, get out of
I'm
here.
better.
Bro.
I'm better. I'm saying that right now. You guys are different. I'm not a psychopath like you guys.
Maybe you keep backing him up less, and like eventually he'll open up here because you'll back him up so much that you can sneak by him. Is he backing up? I can't. I have honest to God no idea.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
I just had to keep baiting him.
Oh my!
Oh my lord!
That was so cool.
That was sick as hell.
Yeah, that was awesome. Really. Oh wow.
Bro, this is fucking sick. When the vocals kick in that music.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
that
stuck.
was
I am
nice.
stuck.
Okay.
What is
that
the?
happens.
What is that saying? LKD.
Locked on? Locked, I think is what it's short for. That's my lock on.
That makes sense.
Locked on.
Hiccups.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's not looking great. Dude, this music is fucking hot. Dude, he is not taking damage. I wonder. Oh, what if I? There we fucking go.
Ooh, okay, we got a fun random in the Slack today. Roger puts in from Nibel, Matt Reeves, the Batman, has a runtime of 2 hours and 55 minutes. Quote, as such, it's the longest runtime of any solo Bat pick. Dope. Dope.
That's cool. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good.
Do you have any worries, Kevin? Are you worried at all?
Oh yeah. Yeah, lots of worries. Thank you.
Yeah, lots of worries, Mike.
I think you gotta be when it's DC.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm hopeful. That's also a good thing, I think. So I hope that they have my full attention for the full 3 hours.
Robo Borealis writes, yeah, but it's only PG-13. Kevin, does PG-13 to R turn you off? Does it make a huge difference?
You know what I mean? I'd rather have dick and balls, so.
You'd rather go full frontal?
Yeah, full frontal.
Yeah. What's that guy's name? Rob Pat? You'd rather go Rob Pat full frontal?
Yeah. And he'll do it. He's fucking crazy.
Hey, there you go, Robo. You want full frontal? Kevin will give it to you, okay? He says.
Remember that movie where he masturbates to a little carved mermaid doll?
What?
It's fucking, that's something, huh?
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, Lighthouse, thank you.
Wow.
That was fucking awesome.
This was an epic fight, just so
that was
everybody
awesome
knows.
as hell. Holy shit.
Right. I knew I'd seen that guy before. Stephen Armstrong. As in Colorado Senator Stephen Armstrong.
Oh, wow, Colorado Senator.
Shoe-in for the nomination in 2020.
2020, bro. Wow.
2 years ago, a federal grand jury
Wow.
investigated his ties to a certain private.
If only they knew.
It's crazy to think of like where we went from Metal Gear Solid 1 with the timeline to this, where it's like 2020, and you're like, what? Okay,
The
wow.
largest investor in military cyborg R&D in the world. Guess that answers the question of who's backing Desperado.
Marshall and Desperado in bed together. Should make for some fun headlines.
Headlines? This is World Marshal and a U.S. Senator we're talking about. There won't be any headlines. Even without the Patriots filter, no major media outlet will investigate allegations like these. It'd be financial and political suicide.
So we just what? Sit back while they keep carving up kids, stand aside while they build an army of cyborgs? You heard them. We shut down one lab, they build another. They're planning something big, Kev. We can't just wait for it to happen. We need to hit them first and hit them hard where it counts.
No, Raiden, no. I know what you're thinking, and just know. Colorado is in America, and America has these things called laws.
Mm-hmm. And law enforcement in Denver was privatized and farmed out to...
Marshall, yes, so what? There are still laws, and it's their headquarters, for Christ's sake.
Wait, you can privatize laws?
Part of a raging shitstorm.
I mean, this is
in this
like
world, you
capitalist,
You can do anything you want.
That's
Super
a
future.
wild concept. I love it though. They went for it. The laws in Denver are privatized. Holy shit. God damn it.
Damn, they fucking shut you down.
Yeah, no, they didn't give me a chance there.
Because you ran at them like you're a badass, and they were like, nah. Fucking RPG, yeah.
Just for that, I'm gonna cut you in half.
Man, he can't even have an open casket funeral unless they're using crazy glue.
The laws being privatized is hilarious to me.
An artificial blood cryopreserver. They must have begun preparatory freezing.
What do you mean?
That device is filled with synthetic blood plasma. It can slow the metabolism of a harvested organ, circulating this plasma to sustain oxygen levels. You can preserve an arm, a brain, any body part for several hours.
So what are they freezing, and why?
I could not say. Perhaps they plan to sell off the organs of the children they were told to dispose of.
Unbelievable.
You had best hurry, Raiden.
Right.
2 questions from the chat. Charles Jacobson says, Mike, how are you liking these more mobile / smaller Metal Gears? I love them, Charles Jacobson. I actually really have liked the evolution over time, what we've seen from big baddies to a little bit more mobile with the geckos to this now. We got some children here. 1 second. Imagine that guy walking up to the glass. You know how scared I would be if I
Dude,
saw
I'd
that.
be like, oh,
jabroni?
okay, so he's gonna kill us.
Oh,
what
he's
this
gonna
is.
murder all of us.
This
Right,
man
Bless.
walks in the room, I'm like, oh, we're fucking dead. Speaking of.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
Oh, they got our boy.
George.
George.
You've heard of chloroform?
Mike, we have 30 minutes left on the stream.
Thank you, Kevin. I will make a push for this in just a moment.
But breathe too much of it?
Bro, he's chloroforming these children.
Adios, muchachos.
This is insane,
This is
bro.
insane.
This is insane. What has this become?
And I'll blow his brains out. Surrender or decide the needs of the many or the needs of the few.
This is insane.
Don't worry about me now. Quiet, pendejo. Surrender. I won't ask again.
I bet he does. I bet he asks one more time.
I hope he throws like a little ninja star at his forehead. That would be dope.
I'm ready. Me life now so precious. Ting, what if me can take this skunt to hell with me?
Cállate.
That's all I needed to hear.
Stop it! Now! I'll kill him, I swear!
Whoa! The little kid's crazy.
Oh my, no.
Oh my God, George is gonna get shot in the head in front. Oh my God!
I can't believe he didn't like split in half.
I really thought George was dead.
Yeah, no, he sliced George up real good.
It's like, what if George just stepped up and was bald? Just shaved off all of his hair. That would be a funny scene. Oh, wow, we just left on a cliffhanger. Oh, okay.
Damn, you did really well until the end there.
Twitch chat
Yeah,
wrote
I forgot
in.
how to play.
That ball
Somebody wrote in
mission's
and
hard.
says, oh, launch some Prime. Mike, do you think we can get blessed to stream some new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Masters game? Lost of Prime, I'm pretty sure Bless did stream a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game once.
That
with
was,
Yami.
that was Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Master
Okay.
just came out yesterday, I think, and it's free to play. I was considering giving it a go. I feel like it'd be a boring stream, but like if people demand for it, I'm down for it.
If people show the demand for it.
I mean, it's just, you know, at that point, we might as
Let's
well
just say
do
this.
Fortnite, you know?
You fill up this bar, I'll make Blessing do a Yu-Gi-Oh! Stream. How about that? Let's see if people like it. If y'all fill up this bar, guaranteed Blessing Yu-Gi-Oh! Stream. And I'll even throw on top of that, I'm going to give Blessing $100 and we're going to go buy microtransactions.
No,
and
stop
get
it.
Impact.
Stop it.
Because I
That's
want
not
to do
good.
that
I've been waiting
so
for
bad,
it.
Bless.
Dude, I
want
got
to do that so bad.
I got my PlayStation wrap up, which is kind of like their Spotify Wrapped. And Genshin Impact was on my top 5 most played games this last year. I played about 40 something hours of Genshin Impact. I would not have guessed. I would have said I played maybe 20 hours. I can't believe I put 40 hours into Genshin Impact.
CDJ Gamer is continuing the gifted subs from Huggy right there. I'm letting y'all know right now, if we fill up this bar today, I will make that stream happen. Yu-Gi-Oh! Plus opening up a bunch of microtransactions and Genshin Impact.
Mike, what did we fill up?
Do it.
What if we fill up halfway? Maybe that we those last 30 minutes just Fortnite?
I mean, if Blessing likes Fortnite, you know, we were also talking about Windjammers 2, showing that off as well.
Oh yeah, we should play some Windjammers.
But if we fill up this bar and get the extra hour going right now, y'all, we will have some fun because we will honestly do that. That would be great. Mike, any progress on JoJo? No, but I think if you tune in on the Monday Kind of Funny morning show, maybe you'll hear some more progress on JoJo. Just throwing it out there. That's my talks right now on that one. Mondays.
Dude, some of these names for these upgrades is wild. Lumiere du Ciel.
Oh,
Marche
fancy.
du Ciel. Yeah, like these French ass upgrades.
Fancy, okay.
Well, it's because she was all French, right?
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I could buy, if I wanted to, the mariachi outfit.
I saw that.
It's 20,000, and that's like half of my BP right now, so I'm not going to. But
And just for the hat, or is it everything?
It's the hat and the. I don't know what you call that.
You don't need it. It just seemed a little offensive, you know?
It does. It does a little bit, yeah.
Does seem a little out of the blue right there. Thank you to Charles Swartz for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you, Charles Swartz, right there. We have 30
Poncho.
minutes
I was gonna
left
call
on
it a poncho, but I wasn't positive.
I think it is a poncho.
What did you call it?
I didn't call it anything. I didn't know.
I can't
know
believe it actually ended
Mariachi
like
outfit, you called it. Yeah. Is that a poncho, Kevin? That's a poncho, right?
I think so.
Because growing up in elementary school, it would rain a lot in Champaign, Illinois, and like they gave us what they called ponchos.
The plastic bag thing.
It was like a plastic bag essentially I'm wearing, and they called that a poncho.
They call those ponchos. Those could also, yeah. You can't call them a raincoat, huh?
No.
Well, it's a rain poncho.
Forcing that INI.
Right?
Rain poncho. Right, that's a good call, Kevin.
George, good to see you.
What is happening?
You adopted George. He's yours now.
Right, and just be adopting children. Is
Yeah,
what I'm
I like
realizing.
that. I like that.
It's because he was an orphan.
That's because your blood sugar levels are being maintained automatically. Beats the
Oh,
Yeah, I
he's
guess
got
all
the
it's-
nano machines in him now.
All the stories are about like child
Yep.
soldiers and shit.
Yep.
Damn it, Doc. Sorry, kid. You'd just be in the way.
Aw,
Besides,
She right and cut off his arm.
I thought you didn't want to be a killer, right?
me don't, but
Killing isn't fun and games. Remember
Me
that.
don't, but
right.
Oh, he didn't like that.
I do
You
like
like
that the
that.
kid speaks in pidgin English.
Mhm.
You know, I can't tell exactly what country
That's all I needed to hear.
that's supposed to represent.
it's a new one.
So somebody says this is taking place in Denver. Is that true? We're in Denver, Colorado?
Yeah, remember
What a-
they were talking about going to Colorado? Well, now,
Yeah.
now. Before, I
What
think
an
they were in Mexico.
interesting-
Where the laws are privatized.
What a very interesting like setting selection to be like, let's go to Colorado. Right. That's interesting.
It's a horrible place, Colorado.
Oh, Kevin, you love it. You know that. You love it.
Mike, what do we think about this little guy?
Oh, Kevin. That's nice, Kevin. I like that.
What is this, Kenya? You cannot resign.
Perfect, Kevin.
Sorry, Boris, it's done. Can't have a
Move a little bit
employee
more.
involved in a corporate raiding now, can we?
You can
Yes.
at least come talk to me.
Yes.
No.
Keep it. I like this one.
It was time to break away from the old team, Boris. Past time.
You cannot take on Marshall all by yourself.
I won't
Wait, so
survive
why is he
when they
talking to
put
Boris
kids
now?
and ship their parts around
Boris
like
is a good guy. I guess the big guy is not Boris. I just
Simple,
called him
right?
Boris.
They import those brains legally for medical purposes. It's all
interesting.
Being legal doesn't
Boris,
make it
Kevin,
right.
and the lady, I don't remember her name because she hasn't talked lately.
Hold that thought.
The ones with the she's got the large breast.
Oh, okay. I didn't
But I remember
that,
the
but all right.
the cleavage. Yeah, it was a couple times where it was just
Every
like
time he's on screen, I'm like,
yeah, it's like what's happening here?
That
You
was
didn't
a
have to
choice.
design it
That
this
was a
way.
choice they made.
You didn't have to design it this way.
yeah.
Oh, we got the Robo Dog. I forgot about that guy. Oh, what?
This game is insane, dude.
What? This man just took an RPG to the face, did a double front flip over the car barricade.
Over the barrier.
Okay. Jesus.
And we're about to fight the police. I'm all in.
You gotta be cyborgs, right? Oh, yeah,
Yep.
they are.
Oh, the cyborg
yeah,
police.
They are.
I'm all in right now.
I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen.
I will patrol.
Oh, look at that. The whole cup moves now. Look at
The dog was in there the whole time.
Yep, dog was in there the whole time, bro.
I need to pay better attention.
Guess you better arrest me then.
In Colorado, we don't arrest people.
Threatening a peace officer. Deadly force is authorized.
I love this. Because I get to beat up some police officers.
Let me switch myself.
More classified Patriot information was in that man's photographic memory.
Do you think we could ever get another one of these? Because this is pretty
Dude,
dope.
I hope so.
I'm gonna be
would-
honest. Watching you play this, I'm like, man, I would like to play this, but I would like it like new, you know?
Yeah, like a modern version.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, I don't think it's possible just because Konami isn't really making games like that. And, like, they're not making a new Metal Gear, let alone a new Metal Gear Rising or Revengeance. But I think one day, if, like, a PlayStation were to buy Konami or something like that were to happen, I think it becomes a little bit more possible. But even then, kind of unlikely. But I would love another one of these, because playing this right now, this is fucking awesome. This game plays so well. And I'm actually, like, I'm kind of in and out on the story, but like the parts of the story that are cool seem really cool.
Why am I mirrored? You know?
Mike, have you ever tried playing Devil May Cry?
I played Devil May Cry 5. I really liked it, but I'm very bad at the combos, bless. I think I would do better with this, with the more hack and slash, and like the combos like are there, but kind of, you know, in the background, I'll say. Like if Devil May Cry felt like if I'm not doing combos, I won't make it, you know? And that was very difficult for me. But I loved it. I really enjoyed what I played of it.
Oh. Yeah, Devil May Cry 5 is dope as hell. If you're looking for more character action games, Nier, I'll put in there too.
Okay.
It's a little bit more niche, but I think the story is just so interesting. It goes really good places with like philosophy and like really deep concepts that like you don't really get out of a lot of character action games.
Okay.
But the combat is just as fun, right? It's this kind of third-person action combat mixed with third-person shooter type stuff. Like whatchamacallem, like shoot 'em up type gameplay. It's really good. You can't go wrong with Platinum Games, honestly.
I kicked on One Piece Pirate Warriors because it was on Game Pass,
really?
or maybe I bought it. Something popped on, but you know why? It gave me great feelings of old school Dynasty Warrior days at the demo discs at Target, right, where you just hop on Dynasty Warriors and just smash, and I loved it. I love jumping on that.
Mike, chat right now is throwing out Vanquish, and I think you would like Vanquish.
Vanquish. Okay.
It's like if this and Gears had a baby, essentially.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're talking my language here.
Yeah, I have it. I might have it installed if you want to give it a look sometime. But I think it's something you'd enjoy for sure. It's a little bit old. Like it came out sometime around this game, maybe like a couple years before or after.
Okay.
But it strikes me as a Mike game.
Capers for the tier 1 to get the tier 1 sub out to D Money. Thank you so much. We're nearing that extra 15-minute marker. Remember, y'all, if y'all want to keep going and having some fun, show that support with subs, gifted subs, and follows. We'll all help fill up that bar just like Big Funky with the tier 1 gifted sub. Thank you, Big Funky. And also thank you to our VTuber of the day, Kevin Coelho, down on the bottom right of your screen.
It's insane how much this model emotes. You know what I mean? Like, look.
I'm just happy we did this, Kevin, and you're having a good time with it.
She's like mad with her eyes closed.
Do we have a name for these Metal Gears? I'd like a name. Which, Chef, you can tell me on. Let me know what the names of these Metal Gears are.
Oh, I missed it. Oh well. There might be. If I look at my codec, I'm sure somebody would tell me what they're called.
Gubbo with the Prime Gaming sub for 6 months. Thank you, Gubbo, for the support. And thanks for half a year of hanging out with us. Oh my Jesus, Kevin, that scared me. And I like it.
Gubbo! Nah. That's not great. Yeah, I don't like this one.
Damn, I messed it up again. I don't know, I'm thinking I'm back.
Oh my. Scooty Poop with the 3 gifted subs to unlock a Nick noise right there. The Nick Prince
did you turn
sound
those
is
back on?
awesome. Nick's ones have always been on, but they're at very weird intervals, so not many people get to see them.
Mike, go set it like it used to be. Go set it like it used to be, Mike.
Which one? With the Joe McWolves?
Yeah, and all that other stuff.
All right, I'll set them up for tomorrow for you, Kevin. You gotta do
No,
that.
just do it now. You're hanging out.
I'm hanging out, but we're having fun. All right, fine. I'll switch them up for you.
Thank you. Doing it for you, kids.
I mean, technically, you could do it.
I don't know how. I remember I went in there and I got really scared. I don't know what you're laughing at.
I just love that you're the Tiger Man. Tell me you don't know how.
Well, I mean, I tried. There was too many options.
Are you going to start role-playing these characters with more voices? And we also have passed the extra 15-minute marker. So thank you all so much for the support. 1/4 of the bar down. We can still keep going and fill up the bar some more if you want it. Watch Blessing chop up this Corolla.
Until it disappears.
Help me out. What voice do you think the Tiger would have?
Something deep. Kind of like your Later Daters one.
Deep voice. How's this for the Tiger?
No, maybe something light. Give me
No?
something light. Give me something on the opposite spectrum.
Something really high? Something like this?
A little bit lower, a little bit lower.
You
But
mean
like in the middle?
in the
middle now?
In the middle? I don't know. I'm trying.
That's actually pretty good.
A Tony type Tiger. That's what the kids are saying.
Something
Does this work?
regal, somebody said.
Something quite regal.
What's your
I like Regal.
They trashed
Quite
my car.
regal.
I'll have to go the rest of the way on foot.
I'm
Do you really
Anthony
have to do this?
Tiger.
That was like a
I'm
wise
fed up with
tiger
all of it.
vibe to
Companies
it.
like ours, yours.
Now somebody get me
bend
my
the laws
cigarettes.
When it suits business. Why not bend it when it can
He
save
smokes.
innocent lives?
The Tiger smokes.
Boris, listen to me. That VR training, they'll be warped into killing machines. They'll be set on POWs, civilians. It'll be one atrocity after another.
Like what you went through.
We can't have any more Jack the Rippers. You saw what happened with George. I'm doing this, Boris. I have to. I
Skylar,
can't
the
save those
race
kids
girl.
from becoming cyborgs,
The racer
but I
girl.
can stop them from becoming murderers.
So you succeed. So you get all the brains back. Then what?
Just so happens I know great cybernetic surgeon.
Doctor. But he cannot.
You won't change my mind, Boris. This is my fight now.
And your wife and son? What of them?
They're in New Zealand.
Son.
Rose
Oh, he had a
will
baby.
understand
That's
why I
right.
have to do
Yeah, he had a
this.
kid.
And it wasn't
All right.
the other dude's kid, Campbell's
You do
kid,
realize
right?
Marshall has
'Cause
the contract for law
No,
enforcement
it was a kid that
throughout
looks
the city.
just like him.
They are the law in Denver.
with the like sailor suit. Oh wait,
Well,
maybe
then.
I can. Let me see. Don't buy.
Little John, yeah.
Maverick
Amen in chat.
Incorporated condemns you and your actions as unlawful. And a pain in the asshole.
I'm Little John.
Now, increase your codec encryption. Do not worry about the lab.
That looks like a Genshin character.
Ah,
And
it's not.
unofficially,
It's Little
I'll
John.
do all I can over the codec to help. I do not like what those mudaki are doing any more than you.
Spasiba, Tovarищ. Spasiba.
Tom
Jesus.
Henderson. Oh.
Sorry, that came out of nowhere.
Gecko.
Yeah,
Tom
good old
Henderson
Gecko.
just tweeted out, ready for this one? EA is reportedly very disappointed with how Battlefield 2042 has performed and is looking at all the options when it comes to the title. This is including looking at free-to-play in some capacity. I'll have more on this tomorrow. Be interesting. It should have probably launched on Game Pass, to be honest with you. And free-to-play could become a model. Have to really dial in the microtransactions and or paid for Battle Pass to make that probably feasible, you know? But maybe a Battle Royale, you know? Maybe a game mode with a Battle Royale maybe would have helped them a little bit, seeing how the other two didn't do Battle Royales. I guess Warzone has been around, but you know what I'm saying now. But very interesting to see Battlefield 2042 and the state of where it is, how it did since launch. I really enjoy the game, but also, you know, it's not my go-to preferred out of all of them. I think it's a, you know, a fun, niche, easy night of it all. And yes, Battlefield 5 did have a Battle Royale. Ring of Fire.
Which did not have a good...
It was not the best. It was fun and interesting, but it did not go well with a lot of the mechanics. But it was actually pretty cool to see.
It's really interesting because, like, they're for sure not shy about free-to-play because Apex came out and has been dominating. That's been one of EA's best title releases of the last few years in terms of performance. Now people continue to play Apex. So you got to imagine that now Battlefield is being compared to that within EA in terms of why aren't you doing these numbers, right? Like you guys, like Battlefield has been the franchise for the last decade and a half, and like it was propped up as this is the opponent to Call of Duty for the longest time, and like for you to have multiple entries that just not have performed in that way, for sure they got to be reevaluating things.
Alex says, "Where's the content?" And I would actually answer back, Alex, and I would say, I think Battlefield 2042 launched with more content than expected, and more content than probably Halo. It has more maps. It does have Battlefield Portal, which has user-created, generated stuff going on. I think Battlefield has more content than Halo at launch. And at this
but don't you think
that's
more of a statement towards Halo?
I mean, Halo, yes. Halo has a long conversation to go, but I mean, Battlefield launched with 10 maps. Battlefield launched with multiple game modes, and it did launch with user-generated content out of Battlefield Portal.
Yeah, I think it's more of a conversation of like release pricing and how Battlefield 2042 came out in full price, that Halo's free to play, and therefore you don't judge Halo as harshly because of the content because you're not paying for it, and then also the game is so fun to play that it kind of gets that pass too as well.
Yeah, is it that fun to play?
Halo Infinite? Oh yeah,
that's the best gameplay.
That gameplay is hot,
but it is missing content, a lot of it. Yeah, it's interesting. Do people still think that they want a Battlefield campaign? Like, do people still really want Battlefield campaign at all?
Like, what was the last like great Battlefield game?
We should be airborne in just a few minutes.
4 is probably the most beloved. Hardline people don't talk about, even though I liked Cops and Robbers. I think people really liked Battlefield. Was it 1, right? That the first World War.
Yeah,
people
World War
really liked that.
That's
and then they went back and did the second one with 5, and I think people were burnt out on the old-time weapons. But Battlefield 1 was probably their best as of recent. Battlefield 4 most beloved is what I would say.
Battlefield 1 is a really good one to throw out because I feel like it's been a struggle in the last gen for Battlefield as I go through the Battlefield games. Like Battlefield 4, I remember that launching rough, but maybe that's just my bad memory. Like that was like toward the beginning of the PS4 or Xbox One life cycle. And I remember that having like a few issues, but I'm sure that probably got ironed out at a certain point. Hardline seemed like it came and went. 1 people really did like, and then 5 seemed like it came and went, and now 2042 seems like it's gonna come and go.
Yeah.
And that's not. I feel like that track record is pretty rough. Over the course of that many games,
pretty rough.
I think they gotta like do something about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a big conversation of what's the move. A lot of people putting in Bad Company too. Yeah, do you go back to a Bad Company type situation and give us a fun story mode? You know what I mean? And like see if people would be interested in that, because clearly the $70 multiplayer only was not the answer there, right? So it is very interesting to see where do we go from there. And yeah, free to play. I think Game Pass is probably an easy win right away, but what do you do with the PlayStation and PC audience if you put it on Game Pass? Does that help or hinder it, or do you just go free to play on everything and see if that's the move, you know?
This game is ridiculous, bro.
Game is incredible.
I can't believe I never played this.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to your arms.
I think, you know,
Oh, he's still fucking.
FL Style writes something in the chat.
Oh,
I think the issue with this is the story isn't as compelling, because I think the action is so at the front of this that we kind of lose track of the story, because we just want to see Blessing hack and slash shit out of people.
And
so it is tough on the story to focus and want to talk only about this story, because it isn't what we just came off of with Shadow Moses and the gang was snaking them, to be honest.
Exactly. And it's not Kojima is the thing. You know, like Kojima, I think Kojima concepted the game, but he didn't work on it throughout the development. And a lot of the writing and story beats feel like people trying to imitate the ridiculousness of Kojima, but just not having the quality because it's not Kojima. And so like you get those story beats where it's like, oh, that's crazy, oh, that's insane, but if it was Kojima, there'd be like a lot more depth and a lot more backstory and a lot more like, I don't know, care put into like the presentation of the cutscenes and all these things. It just isn't that.
Yeah, and a lot of the moments too, Bless, is like we end a cutscene where normally we'd have Barrett like having to stealth and slow down walk to talk about it. Now it's like cutscene. Now Blessing has hardcore metal music going on. He's chopping a man's limb piece from piece. Like, where am I supposed to talk about the story when he just murdered that man like that, you know? It just doesn't fit well with what it was with the other one, you know?
Yeah. As I said, I'm really enjoying this game. But yeah, story-wise, it does not stand up to the other games. I can definitely see how this game got lost in the shuffle in that.
It's just so different from everything we just played, you know? It's just so different. This guy has no intro. He just showed up and he's like the baddest dude we've seen all game.
Yeah,
and
he shows up with a huge hammer.
No name, no intro, just like, hey, here's this dude.
I like
his
man,
hammer. Tell me about this
and
hammer,
two
man.
bird
Right,
guys.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, what happened here?
Oh, I'm trying so hard to counter.
Yeah, I think you should dodge in that situation.
There's not a. I don't think there's a dodge button. Is the thing. It's like
I mean,
all
like
countering.
just move.
Just get out the way.
Yeah.
This is Bill from security.
Oh my god, counter. Let me take care of these guys. Look at him. One leg left. Falls over.
See a Bill from security.
That sword is lethal.
You're never gonna see your family in Denver, Colorado again.
It's important to remember. These are all. Are these for sure bad guys?
They're like police force, and the police force is privatized.
Yeah.
So and they work for a bad CEO, I think. So.
Huggy Leg with the 10 gifted subs. Thank you, Huggy, for pushing that bar up right there. We've passed 1/4. We can go for more with your support. Thank you, Huggy, though, for the support. Hey, there's Todd from security now. He's in here now. That's great, man.
God, and the music's great.
Best Twitch chat right now is Arthro Metal says, Bill from security, 6'9" and wears a medium. That was an incredible stream, bro. That was so much fun.
Oh, get out the way. That was on me. I was getting too hype. I was feeling the counters for a second, and I just couldn't execute. It's tough because the counters is the same button as the attack.
This rock music is insane.
It's so good.
It really is. Yeah, it really
Absolutely
is.
insane.
Like they just don't make them like this anymore. You know, you get Devil May Cry 5 and nothing else in terms of like music hitting like this in your character action games.
Anthro Metal, I'll be honest with you. You and so many others. Sometimes I don't even say people's names. You know what I mean, Kevin? Sometimes
I get
don't,
you.
or sometimes I
That's
just
on
guess
them,
it.
though. That's on them.
I go
you
for
know?
my own. I go for my
Have
own.
a simple name, maybe 2 or 3 vowels max.
Be Todd from security. It'd be way more helpful. Okay, just be Todd from security.
You're doing great. We're all really proud of you.
Like, look at this backspin, bro. God damn. Let me not worry about you for a second. Oh, switch to the flying guy.
Kevin, where'd you go?
What do you mean?
You're not on my screen anymore.
Oh, yeah, I'm working on something.
Oh, you rolled into that one. Okay.
What?
Oh no, Blessing rolled into the Todd's super hammers.
For some reason, I can't like execute the counter on that third, like that golden hit. You know, like the red one. He's gonna do another red one probably, or he's staying there. Like the red ones I can do. This gold one, it doesn't let me, unless I'm just not hitting it the right way.
Is that his ultimate super move and it can't be black? Oh, people say gold you can't block.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. So that's where I've been fucking up. So I just gotta get out the way. Oh, get out the way. Before you even hit the ground. Before you even hit the ground.
He's just little bits. He's little bits. That's what you
like
do.
imagine leaving the ground as one person and then you hit the floor as 30 different pieces. It's fucked up.
It's quite sad. It's quite sad.
Also, imagine living in Denver, Colorado, and working in one of these big office buildings. You're like
Could
looking
there
out
be
your window.
anything worse? Could there be anything worse? Denver, Colorado.
God. It's snowy in the wintertime.
Oh, seasons. Denver's quite beautiful, actually. I've been there several times.
Yeah, Denver is
Yeah. All of Paul's, a big chunk of Paul's family is in that area.
You've been to Boulder, Colorado?
Oh, yeah. No, a couple of times. Mike left. We offended him.
No, I'm back.
We went to Boulder and he got all worked up.
They all fuck with Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah, maybe he's gonna be a fish when he comes back. I have to click onto it. Yeah, there it is. No, and it looks like it's broken. Looks like you're not sending any image. It just says that, like, we get that you're going VTubing. And chat's actually saying 1 VTuber per stream is probably enough. That's what chat
No, they asked, where's my VTube?
No, I don't think they did.
You know what I mean? Because they like the bear penguin combo.
That's a good combo. In nature, natural enemies, you know?
Natural enemies.
Yeah. It's sad, but true.
That is weird. Why is it not turning on?
Maybe God hates you. You think about that?
Let's see.
Yeah, it's just a virtual camera animes display.
Oh, it's because I didn't turn it on. That's why.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. You just got to turn it on. Blessing, what do you think about my bear?
Oh my god. I just looked back. Jesus. I love this. This is awesome.
Yeah, we have fun with this. It's nice because it's like relaxing, you know what I mean? Like nobody's judging you, nobody even sees you.
You get a little judged.
You, bro.
You get a little judged.
It's just you. No, the people who don't know, they judge you, Kevin. They just don't understand, you know what I mean?
I closed it.
So he says, "Bless, what animal would you be?" I have no idea what I would VTube as. I don't think I'd choose an
you could do most. Yeah, well, I mean, you don't have to.
I think I would choose like an anime avatar. I think that's what I would go for. I've always wanted to be like an anime boy.
Like this guy.
Nope.
Hey. Oh my god, it's a hippo.
It's an anime hippo. doesn't really fit with the background though, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I also don't like that he's like sitting and weird. You know what I mean?
Bless be a waifu. I'd be on to be a waifu.
Did you see me? I was a waifu earlier. The chat was saying it.
You were like a little. You were like a little girl. I don't know if that's a
no. I was an adult.
Oh, were you?
Different. Yeah. Here. Okay, wait, hold on a second. I'll bring it back.
That was an adult. They're over 18. Let's remember, we're in Doki Doki. They're over 18. They're over 18.
I guess I don't know. You're right. I might not be an adult.
I can't tell if that's an adult or not.
I mean, I'm telling you, I'm legal.
Okay.
I'm saying that.
Well, I mean, if you say so.
Yeah, there you go.
I gotta believe your word.
Oh wait, this is the one. Hold on. This is the one. This is definitely a mom.
He tells you.
This is 100, right? This is 100% a mom.
See, it's always a trap with the anime, because you never know. I was watching Demon Slayer the other day, and actually, I'm gonna stop it there. People who've seen Demon Slayer know. The people who've seen Demon Slayer know exactly what I'm talking about in terms of like you just never know. Oh god, am I about to fall? No, I'm good.
Yeah, it's true. You just never know. You never know. Hold on. Stream pause. We'll be right back.
There you go. There, no, we're good. We're good. Everything's fine. Oh, hey, it's your normal chair. But Bless, this is an adult woman, right? Just look at me. Just look at me.
I'm looking, and what I'm saying is like. And the anime, well, you never know. You never know. You could be 30, you could be 13. And either way, I'm playing a game. I'm playing Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I'm not commenting on how old I think you are.
I mean, she's definitely not old enough, though, right? Is this girl right here?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But what if I tell you I'm in college? Bless.
You can tell me whatever you want, you know.
What if I'm in college, bud? What if I'm in college?
I don't have to believe a word you say.
What if saying I'm in college?
I don't have to believe a word you said.
Or you can believe all the words.
I feel like this is going down a dark path.
Bless. If you look carefully, I'm winking at you.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I'm winking at you.
It's hard.
Kevin, are you buying these?
Yeah, how are you getting access to all these different options?
They're the samples. You just open up the samples. And you get a taste.
Mike is a lizard.
I'm a velociraptor with my... Check out my tongue, Bless.
Ready? Velociraptor. See, I was thinking lizard for... Oh my... That is a long, skinny tongue. There's a lot happening right now.
All right, like if you're impressed by a fucking dinosaur, check this out.
Oh my god.
He's a fucking Game of Thrones
I'm a dragon. I might be a wyvern. I can't see if I've got hands or not. No, I got hands. I'm a full-blown dragon. Fuck yeah. Dragon. Ooh, dragon. He has a name, but I don't like it. It says his name is Ardillis. That's a stupid name.
All I'm saying is that Dr. Connors was right. We should all have been lizards.
Oh, lizard people. That could be cool.
Remember that one scene in that movie? And then he's like, you wanted to make everyone a lizard, didn't you? And he was like, yep.
Yep, I did.
That was a really good line.
That's all Dr. Connors wanted. He's like, hey, I'm not here on any villain shit, all right? Like, I'm not trying to rob a bank. All I want is for all of us to be lizards, and that is it. As long as I get that, then like, hey, that's the only thing I want here. And Spider-Man had to stop him. I don't get it.
Gotta shut that
What if he was
down.
right? Would Emma Stone have died in Amazing Spider-Man 2?
No, lizards fucking bounce. We've all seen him bounce.
Yep, she would have bounced right back up. She was a lizard.
Oh, would have bounced right back up? That's how it goes, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
It's
you
true.
get a lot of thick skin when you're a lizard.
Thick skin, y'all. I had lizards once. Lizards are not an ideal pet.
No, no, no,
Unless
no,
you're
no,
into
no.
lizards.
No,
like,
Mike,
because they break free and then like they're gonna die in the wall.
Michael, you had a lizard for a total of.
No. I'm talking about other lizards before.
You're such a liar.
I had
You would
an
have been
adult
mentally
lizard
prepared.
that I shouldn't have got. But then mom bought us 3 geckos, and me and Jackson at that young teenage age should not have had geckos because they got out and they died in the walls and it smelled weird for a long time.
That's fucking horrible.
I'm just telling you what it is.
I often wonder how you broke your parents down the way you guys did. And then you
That
tell
might be a step.
anecdotal stories, and I'm immediately like, that's it. That's what they did to break their parents emotionally.
And I'm just saying that, like, maybe lizards aren't the best pet unless you're actually into lizards, you know what I mean? Because they don't want to be your pet. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. They don't want to be your pet.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Usually, a pet, like it's not a good idea to get a pet if you're like a kid that's not gonna take care of them.
Yeah, well, you know, parents break down to kids and they get them pets that they shouldn't get.
Yeah.
That's why you start with the goldfish and like a hamster, and it's just like, oh, those poor parents. They take care of all of them, you know?
They sure are.
You know what I mean? Hey, big thank you
no,
right
I
there to
got you.
Ride Dizzle for the tier 1 sub for 10 months. Joe Mama for the Prime Gaming sub for 9 months. And Smalls Dash Jake for the Prime Gaming sub for 6 months. If you're having a good time and you'd like more Metal Gear Solid, remember we can fill up that bar as time is slowly ticking away. But we're having a great afternoon. We can go out on the Drinkbox devs. We had a fun time. It's a good afternoon.
It's a great afternoon. I personally, I'm having a great time.
I'm having a great time too.
Excellent.
Snowbike Mike, Phil Spencer just tweeted about PlayStation. Well, I'll bring it up and we'll talk about it.
He's like, fuck them guys.
We
Like,
won.
not
I'm
anymore,
calling
you
it right now. We're the winners.
Thank you to Uncle Death for the 5 gifted subs. Thank Uncle Death. Mr. Phil Spencer. My buddy. My man. What is
It's gonna be like when
say?
Greg plays everybody's golf against Andy. And when he's in the lead, he's like, oh yeah, fuck you, bitch.
Okay, here
That's
we
what
go.
Phil Spencer's gonna
folks.
say.
Phil Spencer, Xbox P3, has wrote 4 minutes ago. Had good calls this week with leaders at Sony. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry and we value our relationship.
What'd I
So,
say?
there's a
You
lot that
don't
goes into
spend
that.
$68 billion to say no to Call of Duty money. That shit is
It's too big,
gonna
Blast.
sell,
You know,
dude.
I
It's
agree
gonna
with
sell
you.
so much.
Now, if we keep saying that, we will summon the one, the only Paris Lily, who will come in and school us on why you spend $68 billion and make it all exclusive. But I actually agree with you, Bless. I just want you to know, I do agree that Call of Duty will probably stay on all multi-platforms. But what if this happens? Like Paris says, what if Call of Duty becomes a once every 2 years or 3 years release and we change up Call of Duty forever? You know what I mean? What if it's not a yearly thing?
I think that's for sure going to happen. I think it's going to be like, I think it's going to be 2 years on, 1 year off. That's my prediction. And I think it's just going to come down to Modern Warfare and Black Ops. And then a year off, so that you're giving them their 3-year cycles, and then Warzone will still exist in perpetuity on all platforms. And I think Call of Duty, of course, will come to Game Pass, and then I'll still boost up Game Pass. But I'm not as positive with like the Bethesda stuff and like that coming to Game Pass as I am with being exclusive to Game Pass. I should say, as opposed to like being on PlayStation as well. I think there's still a really good chance that Call of Duty comes to PlayStation, because again, as yesterday on Games Daily, we were looking through the top sales. The best 2 selling games last year were Call of Duty Vanguard and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. That is a lot of money that franchise makes on all platforms. And if you take that off of PlayStation, the amount of money that you're saying goodbye to potentially
It just doesn't make
is
sense.
astronomical.
100%,
Like,
yeah.
it makes sense to put Call of Duty on PlayStation so you can make that money as well too.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to pull it off. You know,
And then
I
somebody
think you're
did
totally
write-
right.
Somebody did write, and it's a great thing to note, and we saw it, we learned it from the Bethesda deal. Remember that Phil and the team can't do anything until the ink is actually dried and the deal goes through, right? Like, this is still Activision Blizzard operating on their own. Phil and the team over at Xbox cannot come in and make judgment calls. They can't be moving anything over there. Like, everybody's operating separately until this all goes through, you know? So he's not really, he can't just start doing things, which is very interesting.
I think no matter what it takes to, I think PlayStation is going to fight as hard as they can to keep Call of Duty there, because Call of Duty also makes PlayStation a lot of money. right? Like for each sale of Call of Duty, PlayStation is getting a big cut of that. And to say goodbye to the highest selling game on your platform, not only the highest selling game, the highest selling games on your platform, because we're talking about a Call of Duty a year, that is a big chunk of revenue from PlayStation getting cut. And so like even if it takes them putting Game Pass on PlayStation, which is probably for them the most extreme thing, I think no matter what, they're gonna find a way to get Call of Duty on PlayStation, even if it takes them taking the most extreme route.
Very interesting, Kevin. I brought up my other cam just so you know. But somebody also wrote in the chat, very interesting, can he say that? It's very weird of like, can he do that after what I just said about like you have to wait for the ink to dry and all that? Like, can he be saying stuff like that? That's pretty interesting to see but
he must
be. You know, that's
like, yeah, he must know that he can say that, because he's not gonna just say that shit.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and look dumb afterwards.
Yeah,
like, he knows what he's
very
doing.
interesting. But also, man, there's so much that goes into it.
The thing is, we're also talking about Overwatch. We don't talk about Overwatch enough in this, because like Overwatch will be Xbox exclusive in this case. Like
Overwatch 2?
Overwatch 2, yeah.
No. You don't think that's
so?
a pre-existing agreement? That game was already supposed to like come out by now.
I mean, I think
that game falls into, hey, we already have agreements with a lot of people. I don't think Overwatch is like that.
You don't think so?
No,
I think so. Overwatch 2 is now it's a ways away because of the struggles they're having making it. But I think now if Xbox can get that exclusive, because that's not Call of Duty, right? That is one that like that's gonna be big if Xbox can get that exclusive. And like Overwatch only comes out, I mean, once every 8 years now, or I guess it's been 6 years since the last Overwatch. And by the time it comes out, maybe it'll be 8 years. That is a once in a lifetime kind of thing. Of if we can get this on our platform, oh, that's gonna push Xboxes. That's gonna push Xboxes.
A great one coming in from the chat right now says, from Clicky Buttons, Overwatch 2 won't be no way the multiplayer for 1 and 2 are rolled together. Remember how it's like kind of like an add-on? It's a 1.5.
That's a good point.
You know, it's not a standalone type sequel type thing. Like, really think that? You know, that's a.
I think that's a good point. I don't think it discounts the idea still, because I think you can still be like, hey, if you have PlayStation, you can still play Overwatch 2 levels and shit through Overwatch 1. You still have that, but if you want to get the full Overwatch 2 experience, come over to Xbox. I think that's still a thing you can do, but it is a good one to point out. And I'm sure there's a lot of work already done on like all versions of the game, but even still, I think it's still far enough out to where if they wanted to make that decision and go, actually just focus in. You know, we're struggling a lot. Just focusing on these SKUs and just forget about PlayStation and anything else. I think it's still a thing that you can maybe do.
I mean, that and Diablo, I assume my guess would be those will not be console exclusive. Those will be multi-platform.
It's just so much
those
money.
would fall under my pre-existing agreements, right? But I am excited to see what the future is. You saw Phil also talk, I believe, with Gene Park, and he said, man, I look forward to bringing games from my childhood that I loved, and it'll be like, oh man, like what kind of games will we get brought back that we love, franchises like that, you know?
Yeah, I went through an article the other day that was like Activision Blizzard franchises that Xbox now owns, and it's a long list. There's a lot you can do. Like you can bring back Guitar Hero, and I think Phil mentioned Guitar Hero in his statement, which is huge. You can bring back like again, King's Quest and all the obscure stuff that like I don't think about as much because like I don't have many Activision franchises that I've seen over like that. But there's a lot you can, like actually I take that back because Tony Hawk is one of those franchises, and I have faith that Tony Hawk is gonna come back now.
Oh yes.
Wait, wasn't it already coming back?
They did
Tony
a
Hawk?
remaster.
It came back, yeah, like a couple years ago. But that studio then got turned into a Call of Duty support studio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah. There's a lot to talk about, and I'm very excited for the conversations and, of course, for the future, right? We have no idea what this will hold until we're 5 years, 10 years out, right? We have no idea. It's all speculation until it's day one, and then 5 years, 10 years down the road of how this affects everything in our video gaming lives. But I am excited to see the future, as always, in all things in life, whether it be good or bad. You know, only the future will tell. We have to find out together, and we're going to do it together, which is cool. We'll talk about it. We'll live through it all, and we'll see what happens. But I will say, somebody brought up Hexen. I got my N64 cartridge of Hexen in the background. Love that. Love that, bro. Love that.
Hell yeah. What is... So I don't know much about Hexen. What is it?
Hexen is like... Do you remember the game that recently came out called Into the Pit or The Pit? Where it's like you have two hands and you're doing... It's like Doom, but like magical doom is how I would that way back in the day.
Yes,
Is how I,
I
would
remember
put
this
that.
now.
Yes. Mike, are you liking Extraction? Love Extraction, Panda Fin. Saw your tweet, love that. Fantasy Doom, thank you. That's how I feel. I mean, I don't, I try my best. I try to give you all how I feel. You know what I mean? And like we've seen in the Reddits comments, nobody's an expert after day one. Nobody will be considered an expert. You can turn to people who are very knowledgeable in certain different fields, but we're all learning this together, and we're all going to grow and change and reflect differently. But I will always tell you how I feel and what I think.
Of course.
And,
I've been very happy with like kind of funny coverage of this, because like I think we have people who are on all sides of like how we feel and like how we see things going. And I think from our KFG discussion going to our Gamescast discussion, especially, like we came out of that Gamescast, I think fairly split in terms of, is this good? Is this bad? Like, what does this do for Microsoft and like what does this do to the industry in terms of like acquisitions, and does this kickstart the end of third party and all these things? I think all the topics that we've been able to touch on and been able to like ping pong back and forth on in the different stances that we've all been able to take on this thing, I think has been good. And so good job to us. I can't wait to listen to XCast to see like where you guys
I'm very excited. I bring on Jeff Grubb tomorrow, which is exciting, and we'll kind of have the Xbox centric point of view, which will be cool, right? Like, I want to kind of put the spin on Xbox because that's our podcast, that's our theme. And you've heard Games Daily and Games Cast, and you'll hear PS I Love You, I'm sure, talk about it. Everyone will talk about it, but from our side, we'll talk more on the Xbox role. I'm sure we'll get into everything, but I'll try to keep it focused on Xbox throughout. But to have Jeff Grubb, Gary, and Paris on the panel with me tomorrow will be a ton of fun.
Dude, this is a tough fight. They got me in the darkness. I can't see shit.
I know. I love that it was like pitch black just a moment ago.
Somebody in chat said bring back DJ Hero, which I would absolutely love.
StarCraft, World of Warcraft console edition. I would love to see it. Put World of Warcraft finally on console. Let's do something with it. How does World of Warcraft and Xbox and Microsoft play together? Will we drop the subscription service? Will I get a free sub if I'm a Game Pass Ultimate member? Like, things like that are big questions for me because don't tell my mama, but I still sometimes pay for World of Warcraft subscriptions, and I forget to cancel them for years on end because, sometimes I watch the South Park episode and I want to play World of Warcraft, and I play for it for a while, and then I forget that I have it, and I just, because 100% because of the South Park episode. I'll watch it, and I'll be there, and then sometimes I'll just forget, and it's just there, charging me money because, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
How would WoW on consoles work? I mean, turn to ESO, turn to Final Fantasy 14. Turn to so many other options. I mean, I think there's a way to make it work. There's a lot of other MMOs out there.
Somebody in chat said they did bring back DJ Hero. It's called Fuser. Fuser was great.
Fuser was
I love Fuser. It was short-lived, but I really had fun with it. But DJ Hero is different though. DJ Hero is more about the execution, and like I loved actually having the DJ set. I might still have it honestly if I check my box. The actual like DJ set and doing like all the button inputs. That stuff was so fun to me. I absolutely love DJ Hero. That game I don't think got the love it deserved because it wasn't Guitar Hero. But like really fun times were had playing DJ Hero, and some really good mixes came out of that game too.
And Fuser was cool.
And Fuser was
you also have to remember as well, people in chat with WoW. I mean, there's a lot of very intelligent people that would figure out how to make it work on a controller, but also you can plug in a mouse and a keyboard into your Xbox. Like you can do that, just so you know. So like you can always do that. Pretty easy. Thank you to John B for the Prime Gaming sub for 55 months. What up, bro? Thank you for the 100 biddies to CDJ Gamer. Somebody dropped 500 biddies and left me a nice compliment. Thank you so much for that. I saw that. Gave you a wink. Just wanted to let you know that I saw that. So thank you so much for that one. But a lot of fun. A lot of fun stuff coming your way. A lot of cool conversations. Good, bad, ugly, whatever you think it may be. A lot of conversations will be had for sure. And of course, Crash Bandicoot. Console, family-friendly, 3D.
It had Spyro, though. Spyro the Dragon.
Spyro, Crash, Banjo, all these people.
Dude, imagine maybe they would do this now because if they did this, it would be a banger. A Xbox Smash Brothers game with like Crash and Spyro and Banjo and Conker and all of the mascots they have now, and then you also put in like the other character, like Master Chief and the Phoenix from Gears and all these people. That would bang. They actually have a roster now where they can make that happen. Put Doom Guy in there. I would play an Xbox Smash Brothers game.
Killer Instinct with a bunch of these characters would be great too. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. We have no idea until it does. I mean, we're still pretty much figuring out the Bethesda deal. Like, we haven't quite gotten to the point where, like, Bethesda is like, are they all exclusive, right? What are the next gen games? We're still very early in that deal too. So
Dude,
it is
remember
cool to be able to
Machine
see it,
Games
but,
is
like,
making a Indiana Jones game
Indiana
that they announced
Jones?
before the deal. Like,
I
assume that's exclusive, but like, is it exclusive?
Yeah.
Like, there's still these questions.
we're still learning a lot. I mean, it was a good starting point to learn the early days, but we still don't know the middle to late days of any of these deals yet.
Starfield though, it's coming out.
Starfield, bro.
I've been thinking about it daily, dude.
I love the idea of Starfield. I can't wait, man. But
It's the
until
year
then,
of
there's
open
so
world games.
many dope games to play. Elden Ring's coming soon. Nobody Saves the World and Rainbow Six Extraction are fire. Year 2 Hitman content, bless. Get your Hitman fired up, bro. Get your Hitman fired up. And
I
get
almost
ready,
downloaded
dude.
it because it's on Game Pass. Also.
Get in there, bro.
By the way,
ready.
where are we at time wise? We're about to hit the next bar.
Evan, are we set up time wise? Where are we at?
Yeah, we kind of spaced out and may have already gone to 25 minutes over.
Okay. Oh, 25 minutes over.
That's what I
Well,
thought.
I mean, 10 minutes over the 15 minutes
Oh, okay.
over.
10 minutes over.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
We're having
you
fun.
know,
We're having fun. Okay,
I
well, we
guess-
can prepare to say goodbye unless we want to fill up this bar, but we're gonna have a conversation about it and really push to make it all happen, y'all. So let me set
let me at
ourselves
least-
up here.
I want to at least make it through this combat sequence. 'cause
Okay,
I'm
so you have up to this conquest or this combat sequence to either make a push or call it a nice day. And we'll be back tomorrow with me, Andy, and Greg on the stream.
Thanks for
Y'all playing that RE Extraction tomorrow?
Yeah, we're gonna play Resident Evil or
R6 Extraction?
Rainbow Six Extraction for a fun sponsored stream with our friends over at Nvidia. Be a good time. I might take over the stream on Friday night for a scary game. I found a good scary game, so keep an eye out on
Which
Friday
one are you
night.
gonna do? Which one are you gonna do?
Pacify, I'm gonna play. So if you're
That
looking for a
sounds-
fun
You sure?
Friday night stream, keep an eye out on KindaFunny. I will most likely take over.
You mean that for reals or what?
I mean that like 90% for real, unless I lose my voice here after a long Friday, because Fridays are usually my big day. So if I crash hard on Friday, I might not, but
Thanks
there's a
for
good
subbing,
chance we're gonna go into the
bastard.
weekend doing our scary stream on Friday.
Interesting.
Also, big shout out right there to somebody who said Conquer, and you know I love Conquer. Me and Bless love Conquer. Also, the Twitch chat has awoken. So we have passed 30 minutes. Let's keep this bar pushing and let's keep streaming for another 30 minutes right now. We can add 30 minutes onto the stream if we want it. Thank you to Grove Soldier for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you to OMGLX for the tier 1 sub. Overly Jammy. No Way Jose. Segabon right there.
Turns out the right answer here was stealth. I should have been stealthy the whole
Was
time.
stealth the whole time. That was it. That
Oh,
was
now
it.
you can. How are you able to see? Because it was all black.
If I
He's
so
doing
it turns
the
out if I
sonar
if I press it once, it
Oh.
stays up there. It's when I start combat that it goes away. I don't think I didn't realize that.
Got it. So you're just gonna stealth this.
Oh
That's cool.
god.
Whoop, whoop,
Yeah, once I start slashing, it just automatically goes away.
Have they seen the Phil Spencer tweet? We literally just talked about it. Yeah.
We weren't impressed.
Dude, I can't wait for PS11.
Man's
It's been
just
such a
making
fun
statements. We
conversation
know
to
it.
have.
If you are not subscribed to the Twitch channel right now, type something in. Tell me your favorite Xbox, Bethesda, Activision Blizzard game right now, and I'll gift you a sub. Since we're talking about all this deal and stuff. And we will continue to
Also,
push that bar.
Chanel, let me know like what angles do you want us to take on PSLW in terms of like the topics you want to talk about regarding this stuff. Because like, of course, we don't want to just repeat all the points we made on these other shows, but we know that people tuning into PSLW have a lot of questions and a lot of things that they want us to touch on. So let us know specifically the questions you have. I'm sure people are like, is Call of Duty still going to come to PlayStation? Those types of shit. Let me know so we can have like a good discussion. And of course, write into Patreon as well. But give me ideas for a headline, basically, is what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
Give me ideas. And also write into me and let me know. Same thing. Tomorrow, we'll talk about it.
Oh my god. All right, we're doing a good job this time.
There we go, chat. I've gifted out some subs. We're halfway through on this bar right now. Show me the love, show me the support. If you want it, we'll go for the extra 30 minutes. If not, we're gonna end after this combat situation, but we wanna fill it up. We wanna fill this bar up, go for the full day. We can keep talking. VTuber Kevin will keep hanging out with us as well. And you don't wanna miss out on VTuber Kevin. He's the best.
Meow. Meow. You know what I mean, guys?
Meow.
Meow. I'm a cat. Wow.
Roar. Our tribesman continuing to gift and sub. What up, Predator? How are you, homie?
I don't think you should call him that.
Well, no, he's the Predator.
I know, but I think you know.
Don't like that one anymore. Okay,
I think there's
there
are better nicknames. There's better nicknames. I don't know, Al. You want us to call you that? It's fine.
Jet Set Hero with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you, Jet Set Heroes. Thank you to Lo-Fi System for the 5 gifted subs as well. Barry Smash says, Bless, do you think Game Pass would just come to PS5? And if so, will it be pared down version such as Xbox only games?
Ooh. I'll think about that on PS Love You.
I think that's another good conversation of like, what does that bring to the game if PlayStation does create its own Game Pass like service? What does the fight for third-party games become, right? Because they already have EA Play. Their Ubisoft Plus is coming as its own standalone service, so Ubisoft Plus is not in Game Pass yet. But like, do they make a play for Ubisoft? Do they make a play for EA? How do they bolster that third-party lineup that we see Xbox really elevate each and every time, or can bank on because there's no competition, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jeff Grubb had an article that he brought up that he wrote, and when he was on KFG the other day, he brought it up as well, and I totally agree with him that like PlayStation should embrace Game Pass on the platform, and like I went through the motions of like now that you're missing out on Bethesda and Activision, you now have big gaps in terms of first-person shooters, and oh, my game's taking a life on its own. Oh, my controller's dead. My battery died. Hold on.
Quick souvenir or two.
But like, there's a gap in terms of first-person shooters and like big Western RPGs that you want to fill. And like, usually the way PlayStation handles those gaps in the library is by having first-party work on it, right? Like for single-player big action games, you start to see third-party publishers lean off of that because those games are expensive to make and they're not as profitable as other genres and other types of games. So PlayStation steps up and they're like, cool, let's make Horizon, let's make Last of Us, let's fill in those gaps that third parties aren't filling up for us. Now that you have even way more gaps that are going to start to show now that you are missing out on these publishers on your platform, the move is to figure out how to get those games back on your platform. And the two options you have are to acquire more studios, acquire EA, acquire Konami, acquire whoever you want to acquire, or you just get Xbox Game Pass on your system. And I think that is the more humbling thing to do, but I think it's worth it because it's probably way cheaper to do that, and two, I think that does allow them to give up we don't have to compete with everything. If we just let them do this, then we can have these games on our platform, and like everything doesn't have to be competition in the industry is basically where it boils down to for me.
AK-47 Dactyl, love that name with the gifted sub. Our Tribesman, the Predator, he says, I love that name, Kevin, but the Tribesman with 10 gifted subs. CDJ Gamer with a gifted sub. So here's how we're going to do it. I'm adding on 15 minutes starting now. If we fill up the full bar, we will go for the full 30 extra minutes on the stream. Thanks to your support, everybody. So 15 minutes starting right now. That will be for that third, fourth of the bar. If we fill it up, we'll go for the full 30 minutes with your support. Kevin, start the timer, big dog. But another question came in right here.
Right.
Let me keep going for you, Kevin. Blessing for you. This is an interesting one because I don't really like this take. Jolly Ranchers, no offense, don't need to pick on you, but hope not. PS5 does not need Game Pass. Now, I don't know if that means you don't need Game Pass itself or a Game Pass-like service, but I will tell you, I love the Game Pass-like service. It's an option. You can still buy all of the games that you love and want if you want to go that way. But like the idea of saving that much money and having that much games and just
makes
an
a lot of
arsenal
sense.
of any chance, like I think that's the future of gaming, bro. You're seeing it with entertainment and television. The idea of like a Game Pass-like service and hating on that or not liking that is kind of odd to me, to be honest with you.
PlayStation, I don't as now a host of a PlayStation podcast, I see it a lot in the audience where like the PlayStation gamers push against the idea of a Game Pass coming to the platform a lot. I don't totally understand why. Maybe that could be a good conversation to have on the show, to have people write in and be like, why don't we want Game Pass in the system? Because as somebody who's in the PlayStation audience, I can't think of one reason why I wouldn't want Game Pass on PlayStation, just from a game standpoint, like having more games available to me and having that deal on there, right? I think that's something you want, and something that you can push for, that would be favorable to everybody involved.
Now, Jolly Ranch,
so yeah, I don't
say
necessarily
really quick,
agree all the way.
just so people aren't misconstruing it. Does say I do have Game Pass too. So would it be you don't want to have 2 Game Pass like subscription services, or Game Pass is already enough? You know what I mean? But I think on the PlayStation side, that would make me happy, right? I'm not the biggest PlayStation gamer. If I was to get something similar to Game Pass on PlayStation for, let's say, $15 or $20, I mean, I'm already paying $10 a month for PS Plus. If I got that and I had more games that I could always have in my arsenal of PlayStation games, that would make me kind of happy, because whenever I turn it on, that's cool. I always buy games, you know?
Yeah, and I've seen people make the argument too that, like, you know, PlayStation still has Horizon, PlayStation still has Spider-Man, PlayStation still has all these great first-party games, which I agree with, right? Like, it's not by any means the end of the world, but for somebody in the PlayStation audience, I love Horizon, I love Spider-Man, I love Last of Us, I also love Overwatch, and I also love Bethesda games, and I also love Doom, and I also love Wolfenstein. Like, I personally, like, if I personally want the best of both worlds. I want the best of all worlds, right? I would love that on the platform. And I think to some extent, PlayStation would like that too. They don't need to do it, but I think it would be a favorable move to do it for their audience, but then also financially to give more people reasons to buy a PlayStation. Hold up, I'm talking too much, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, let's think. Now, I also want you to do me a favor, because you're already on your Xbox. Right now in the chat, we have a comment that says, let's be honest, Game Pass is mostly garbage, if we're being honest. I bet you if we turn on Game Pass right now and blessing goes to this library, you're going to eat those words, because I can promise you that is far from the truth.
We don't have to do it. That's clearly not the case. Especially
that is an insane comment.
Rainbow Six Extraction, which just came out, what, today is on there?
That is an insane comment. I mean, I respect that, like, maybe these games aren't all for you, but, like, this is over 100 plus games with day one. Look at.
I feel like I'm shilling. Whatever.
That is
like,
insane.
look at this.
That's an insane.
This is the recently added list right here, right? And like new games, right? Windjammers, Anacrusis, Paparazzi, Rainbow Six, right? Nobody Saves the World. But then games that just came out last year, right? Death's Door, Hitman 3, Mass Effect. Like, I don't know.
That's a wild comment.
I understand people are like, oh, you guys are chilling. Oh, you guys talk about Game Pass all the time. It's because it's fucking good. Like, I don't know.
A wild comment. I appreciate your take, and if that's how you feel, that's just fine.
It's how you feel.
It's an option, and you don't even have to buy it. You can just buy your own games. But like, to say that is just totally off base. That's insane.
What happened? What is going on?
Even the PC Game Pass subscription is solid. Even the PC side is very solid.
Yeah, I would have agreed with them like maybe a couple years ago about that, and I think it was more of an argument of like, yeah, not many great things coming to Game Pass. Now I think they've got that ball rolling, and it's rolling. Like,
rolling.
That hill is steep right now.
Only turn it on, and the cool one is right now. D Fuller has a great comment. I think that's what we're going to see next. D Fuller says, Mike, do you worry about them trying to churn content just to make Game Pass relevant, though? Sony's big thing is that they just let their studios take the time. Game Pass changes that pressure. I think that's the opposite, because you've seen the shift to Microsoft now with these studios, and Phil and the team's approach is they want the studios to make the games that they want. They want to make these quality studio titles. And just look at what we just got at the end of 2021, right? We had multiple Game of the Year contenders with Forza Horizon, Psychonauts 2, Halo Infinite, Microsoft Flight Simulator on console. Like, the quality is going to elevate over the next couple of years, and I think you're going to see that from all these studios.
And you're also talking about Microsoft, which now has like a lot more. I don't know what the number is now, but they have a lot of studios to where you don't necessarily need to churn things out. Like, you're always going to have a game on Game Pass. I think the statement from Xbox a while ago was that they want to have a Game Pass game every month or something like that, something notable on Game Pass every month. they could do that pretty easily between their first-party studios now and also like deals like Rainbow Six Extraction and like other games that are coming to Game Pass day and date that aren't even first-party, that are third-party games. Like, they don't need to churn stuff out. If anything, they kind of have an overabundance of games. And like, I'm curious to see how they balance things like Halo, Overwatch, and Call of Duty, because those are 3 of the biggest first-person shooters. And now like they have them all in their pocket, and they got to balance those releases now. Like, there's a lot that they have to work with.
And like we talked about, Bless, right? We're only in the year, like, we're in infancy mode. We're in year 0, year 1, you know? Like, imagine this 5 years, 10 years down the road, then we have these conversations of, was this a good thing, a bad thing? Did they actually make what happened here absolutely a banger, you know? Like, we're here at the cutting edge of all of this. We've only just begun.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting to see where we are in 5 years and 10 years.
It's a good game.
Good stuff, bro. Good stuff.
It's a really fun game.
What a blast, bro. Yeah, Xbox also owns MLG now. I look forward to seeing what they do with that. I look forward to seeing what
MLG
they do.
Activision?
Yeah, MLG was part of that deal. And so it will be very interesting to see
that's
what
wild.
that approach is and how
Sony
that
has
goes.
Evo, and so like that's like Evo on one side, MLG on the other side. That's crazy.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see what happens next with that.
Nintendo has to buy some money now. You know, Nintendo is partnered with Panda Global, which is huge.
Yes,
Smash
Panda
Brothers.
Global.
Oh, I could have cut off his arm. I missed it. I love that mechanic so much. This camera went all over the place there, but good things happen.
Head for the next objective marker.
I know this game is short. Does chat know how many hours I probably have left in this?
Well, we didn't do the full one. You and I were talking, it's like 6 to 8 hours. So we didn't do the full day today because we brought on our friends from Drinkbox. So I bet you're probably nearing 50 to 70% area window right now.
That's what
you're
I
over
thought,
half.
yeah.
Yes, TJ Gamer with that. Chad, here's another call out for all of you to get activated because I know you all are up right now in chat. So here's the call out. Every single day I'm in charge of rating some incredible streamers around the globe. And you see that we have a nice little list of friends from the KindaFunny family that we go and raid to. But if you know a really cool, awesome streamer that you would like to get shown some love, here's what I need you to do. DM me. Hit me up on Twitter, on Instagram. Let me know some of the streamers. Of course, I'm not just going to raid any random jabroni, but I will check them out and see if they're, you know, family friendly, good enough to raid. And let's send some love and some support to some incredible streamers around the globe. So if you know some awesome streamers on the platform, let me know. Like I said again, I'd love to extend the family and start raiding out the KindaFunny best friends to some cool people.
Chat, is this my friend the wolf? Or is this just another random wolf?
Wolf's gone just absolutely insane.
That must be a
Insane.
random wolf, right?
That can't be my guy. That can't be my guy, right?
That has to be. No, I mean, that can't be. You're right.
Is it just another one? Okay. Your wolf is all black? Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. I got concerned for a second. I was like, what did I do to piss you off? I loved you.
It's not Blade Wolf, listen, not Blade Wolf.
God, this game is so fucking cool.
We are nearing the end of our extra 15 minutes. Remember, we can keep going if we want it, but I think right after this fight, we're going to be calling it, right, Kevin?
That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. He's out doing something in the office. I can hear him.
I mean, I'm just walking around. You know how it is.
Yo, you getting up and stretching? Okay. Bless, this is where we will save and say goodbye then.
Oh, yeah.
So, everybody, thank you all so much for tuning in and hanging out with myself, Blessing, and Kevin. We had a really awesome and fun stream. Something different today where we got to hang out with the Drinkbox Studio devs. Thank you to Augusto and Ian for joining us and having some fun. That was really, really special. Remember, tomorrow, full day of content. You have the Kind of Funny Xcast if you want to talk more things, Xbox and the big acquisition. Monday, you best believe this PS I Love You XOXO team will be coming in and having a conversation because it's industry ride. So please reach out to everybody. Let us know your fun thoughts. Hit us up with some cool ideas and we'll talk about it on the show. And then keep an eye out for tomorrow night. We're going to do a scary, spooky stream on the stream. So we'll see you then. Have fun, everybody. Peace.
Adopted?